She walks in loud like a thunderstorm, debunking myths with style and form. True crime, conspiracies, her game. Melissa Jade, remember her name. She's loud, feisty, spilling tea, diving deep into mystery, breaking down your wildest claims. Melissa Jade, she's got no shame. Microphone fierce like a roaring lion, unveiling secrets people been hiding. True crime queen of the digital scene, Melissa's got you hooked on her screen. She's loud, feisty, spilling tea, diving deep into mystery, breaking down your wildest claims. Melissa Jade, she's got no shame. Murders to cover-ups, nothing misses. Melissa's here to share her guesses. She's got theories big and bold, no stone unturned, no case cold. She's loud, feisty, spilling tea, diving deep into mystery, breaking down your wildest claims. Melissa Jade, she's got no shame. Melissa Jade, she's got no shame. Melissa Jade, she's got no shame. From murders to cover-ups, nothing misses. Melissa's here to share her guesses. She's got theories big and bold, no stone unturned, no case cold. She's loud, feisty, spilling tea, diving deep into mystery, breaking down your wildest claims. Melissa Jade, she's got no shame. 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 She's loud, feisty, spilling tea, diving deep into mystery, breaking down your wildest claims. Melissa Jade, she's got no shame.
Hello, everyone. Yo, my comment got rejected by staff. Does that ever happen to you on StreamYard's end, Allie? Because I just went to go individually say hello to people, and it's like staff rejected. YouTube rejected your comment. This usually means they think it's spam. Try changing it a bit. Like, what?
Yes, it does happen to me, and I don't know. And there won't even be like any bad words or anything in it. I don't know.
Oh, you're so sweet, Omar. No, I was just saying hello to Gidget. I was saying hello to Kelly, Jamie, Carolyn Coops, and it was like, don't you give personal hellos? Like, what? That was baloney. Welcome, Ashley. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Ashley, I'm so excited for this one. Hi, Brandy. You're so sweet, Homer. That's okay. But I'm very, very excited. We are going to start the jail phone calls, and this is really what we want to do before starting the trial. And so we're going to do back-to-back lives tonight here, and then tomorrow night over on Allie's, and might get through all the calls, may not, it depends, but I've been waiting for this. I know Allie's been waiting for this, and we're so excited.
I know it's going to be so interesting to see how they talk to each other, how they look at each other, their body language, and then to know all of that when we get into the trial, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm very, very excited. Me too, curious, Christine. So we're going to just hop right into it. Our missing child for tonight's live stream is Elise Murillo. Elise has been missing since December 12th, 2024 out of Baldwin Park, California. She is 1 year old. She was last seen on the 12th. So if you or anyone who knows information on her whereabouts, please contact the Baldwin Park Police Department at 1-626-960-4011. And I just wanted to also let you guys know that Sophia, remember Sophia, who she's the pregnant teen who was abducted. You know what, let me just pull her up real quick, because there's still 3 active alerts out for her. So I just wanted you guys to also just be aware of that. This is Sophia Franklin, that she's pregnant. There's a no contact order with the father of the child, who is, oh, look, they have a new photo. who is a lot. Gary is in his 40s. He's like 40 something.
Oh my God.
She is 16 years old. She is 3 months pregnant. She's white, brown hair, blue eyes, 5'9", 186 pounds. They were driving a Buick LaCrosse 2014, but switching up the license plate. And so the vehicle was last seen on the morning of February 3rd, 2025 in Wisconsin with a Pennsylvania license plate. Then it changed from Arizona to Arkansas. She was last seen at her residence at 9 p.m. on February 2nd, and she's believed to be with Gary Day. He was last seen at her residence on the 3rd at 7:48 a.m., and there's a no contact order for Gary and Sophia. She's 3 months pregnant. So that's very concerning. And so I just wanted to keep you guys updated and let you know that this is still active and going on. So just be vigilant. Yeah, and I can't even tell you kind of really which area because it keeps bouncing around. There's 3 active Amber Alerts.
16 years old and having a baby with a grown man. And that reminds me, Melissa, there's a case I talked about earlier, but briefly, and I had talked about it before briefly, but her name's Naziah Harris. Have you heard of that? She was 13 and pregnant by a grown man as well. Have you heard of that one?
I'm not sure if I've heard of that.
Oh my gosh. And he ended up taking her life, obviously, to keep from, or
right. And
to
that's
keep
what I'm
from
concerned about.
Yeah, and I wonder with this too. I'll send you the stuff on it later, though. It's super interesting. There's a ton of evidence against him. He was reported to CPS multiple times, even years before. She came forward in 2022 and said he was done, and then
wow, it sucks because they're understaffed, underpaid.
Yeah.
But then you look at situations like, and you're like, what happened? You know, like, come on, man. I feel like our system is more, instead of being proactive after something happens, you know, like, oh, you know, like, well, what we should have done instead of preventing it from happening.
Yeah. Yep. It's awful.
Hey, Janice, there are females who do the same to boys, you know, just saying. I know it's not as common, but it does happen, and there's a lot of shame almost regarding it, where some like boys or men even won't feel even comfortable enough to share their stories because men can't be victimized, and that's absolutely not right. There are just, you know, there's just as many, well, I don't want to say there's just as many, I don't know if there's just as many male victims, but I'm hoping that stigma will kind of be done with, because men are victims too, boys are victims too. There's a lot of sick people out there altogether.
Oh yeah, and people think, you know, you don't have to watch your little boys as closely, and that's
Right.
just not true.
Yep.
Oh, and neat reminds me, Naziah Harris, the man who took her life, he gave a 4-year-old chlamydia years
Oh
prior.
my God.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell? See, that's frustrating. That is very frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, Ashley. Straight men, gay men, all men, you know, Johnny, like all women, men, boys, girls. Unfortunately, monsters, you know, have their preference, and they have their target, and they have their victim. It's just not more. I feel like it's less spoken about. Same thing with DV. Men are victim of DV. Honestly, if I could be honest, I have seen more male victims of DV in my life, like witnessed, than female. And when I say that, I'm not trying to minimize women, versus men are victims too, you know, like, and
Yeah,
it should be spoken about more. Hi, C. Carter.
I agree. Okay, question regarding Casey before we get into this. Ashley, her comment made me want to ask you, do you think, just so far what we know, and we can revisit this after, if she was tried today, the verdict would be the same, or would it be different?
You know what? I would love to say it would be different. Now, if I'm going with technology and what it would be able to prove, probably it would be different. If I had to just talk about, all right, if it was the same exact circumstances, no. And I've been talking about this even with Idaho. I don't trust a jury. I look at 12 random people in this chat here, and what's the likelihood that we'll all fucking agree? It's not. It's not likely. And it's terrifying. But if you have a lawyer, and I feel like Baez, as dirty and greasy as it was to go for the avenue that he went for, it worked. I think that it worked. It created enough reasonable doubt, and they couldn't prove what happened to Kaylee. And that's what we're going to see as we go into trial, guys. And that's why I'm really excited to kind of go back over and what evidence specifically was presented. Like, how did the state show their case, and how did Baez create that reasonable doubt? I really want to dive deep into that, but I don't know. I'd like to believe she would, but at the same time, I'm not sure.
Yeah, same here. I would like to believe she would, because we know more about like Google and different things like that. But and DNA technology is always improving. But like you said, if you have an attorney, a good attorney or an expensive attorney, or even a public defender that's good, you know, it changes everything. And there wasn't that much evidence. But compared to Leilani and Megan, and I don't know all the evidence yet either, but just from the outside looking in, you know, it appears that it was similar. Like, you couldn't prove exactly how she passed because she had been there so long, right? So those kinds of things, it reminds me of those cases, and I don't know.
And what we have to remember is most cases are made up of circumstantial evidence. Did you guys know that even an eyewitness can be circumstantial? Really, the only time is if it was caught on camera, like literally caught on camera doing it.
I remember you talking about this like way back in the day, like the circumstance. What exactly is circumstantial evidence?
Yeah. Eyewitnesses can be circumstantial too. It's pretty crazy. Most evidence against people is circumstantial. That's why I get a little annoyed when people are like, it's circumstantial evidence. Most evidence is circumstantial evidence, unless you could literally have a recording of the murder or something like that.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, there has been a rise of female predators, Amber. You're absolutely right. So I like to just bring awareness to that too. I don't know. I don't like the stigma. I know personally, a handful of male victims, and there's a stigma that goes with it. There's a embarrassing, like, you can't be a victim, like, oh, you were victim, like, oh, like they will give you more of a pat on your back if you're think about it. Just, and sorry not to go too far off, but think about it. Even in movies, the hot sexy female teacher with the young male student, that would never ever fly the other way around. Okay.
That's so true.
We've become desensitized to it, but men are victims too.
That is so true. I mean, you can scroll through like a crime online website once a week and you will find female teacher pregnant by student or things like that. Every week a different one. It's crazy how much this kind of stuff happens and people have no idea. Either way, all of it.
For sure. Absolutely.
Ooh.
Yeah, this was a purely circumstantial trial. And if the cop hadn't been lazy, then Kaylee would have been found months earlier. Yeah, unfortunately, the same guy who found her, and I'm not trying to jump ahead, but the same guy who found her told them they should look in this area months prior. And she was a half a mile from the house, you guys. Honestly, and sorry, this is the last thing I'll say about this. Ooh, how do I say this? The same way that we protect our daughters, protect your sons, because there are some crazy bitches out there. And it is terrifying, the day and age we live in. And I think you have just as a concern, maybe not for the same exact things always, but there's that concern. And it's scary having a son, because I've seen women straight up lie about shit too, like teachers. Okay. And that's terrifying. It's a terrifying thought. So just, parents, be vigilant. That's it.
Yeah. I've told you that before with mine. That's a worry, like people lying on them and
don't like them. You're going to break up with me. I'm going to scream this or this or this. And it's terrifying.
Yeah. Okay. I'm nervous, excited for this, seeing them on the screen like that. Like,
Oh yeah. So this is like an OG video visit type of deal. All right. So what we're doing right now, guys, is we had to kind of go in timeline order. The day that we watched the interview with Casey bringing them to Universal. That was July 16th, okay? This is July 25th, this interview. Casey was arrested and charged with minor, like relatively minor charges. And then she would eventually get out. She wasn't charged with first degree murder. At this point, she was charged with what was it?
Some kind of
Negligence.
grand
Yeah.
theft or something.
Yes, it was like theft, negligence, like child neglect, because not reporting and stuff like that. And but she was held, and so this is still shortly after kind of like everyone's finding out Kaylee's missing, and you're going to see her parents plead, tell us everything you can about Kaylee so we could go on the news. We can, they were creating t-shirts and everything. Yes, lying to officers. Thank you for Shiggles. And so what I want you to also very much focus on is what Casey's current narrative is from the Peacock series. And that is that her dad has abused her entire life. She believes he was abusing Kaylee, that she last saw Kaylee's limp, cold body in her dad's hands, and he said, don't worry, I'm going to take care of it. She will be fine. So she is believing this entire time that Kaylee's alive and dad's going to take care of it. So just keep that in the back of your mind when we are watching this jail interview. Hi, Kelly P.
Yeah,
Yes.
see how she treats the people she's accusing, you know what I mean? Or around the person she's accusing of doing this.
And because now she's out on Substack, it's time to share my story, advocate for. Okay, well, let's be open-minded, and let's keep that in mind while we're watching this, so we're not just getting the information, but also, hey, does this seem to make sense for someone who has been sexually abused by their father their entire life? Which, of course, I don't want to put it in, this is how someone will necessarily act, because I know everyone handles things differently. But if your dad last had your daughter and you're now in jail, I would expect you'd be looking at daddy like, Dad, like, what the hell? Like, what do I do? Do something. Like, where is she? Nothing.
I would too.
And her dad was former law enforcement, and I have a feeling her dad always got her out of these situations.
It just makes me wonder, like, hope and pray that she doesn't go on to hurt anyone else, because somebody who's gotten away with stuff their whole life, if that's the case, which we know that, she's been telling lies and doing the same kind of stuff for a lot of her life, and she gets away with it. It just makes you wonder, what will they go on to do? I don't know.
Yep. And thank you, Count Cracula, my way for a month. Hello, chat. Stay safe from the crazy weather, y'all. And yes, and hi, peace and serenity. Yeah, anyone in the path of the storms, please be careful. Okay, so here we go.
Hi. Sweetie, we've been watching you for so long.
You haven't?
I love you.
I love you too. Hi.
We've been seeing you sitting down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was talking with one of the doctors.
We forgive anything that you've said.
Oh.
Or done.
Hold on. Can we turn the volume down?
Or done.
You can probably hear it. My head's gonna explode.
Mm-hmm. Immediately. And that's not my feedback. Like, that's just the call. But immediately, like, hi, honey, like, it's babying. And look at her, like, yeah. Can you fix this? Can you lower this bitch's voice? Yeah, it's too loud. Whoa.
We forgive anything you've said or done.
Right. Like, geez, way to enable, Mom. Hi, Wendy. And yeah, Carolyn Cooper, she's so unbothered. So unbothered.
I haven't said anything. Don't worry.
It is kind of loud.
Yeah. Okay. Is that better?
Casey,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Sure. Just a little bit more. Yeah. Okay,
That's good, honey.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I just talked to Lee.
I know. He told us.
Yeah, we got cut off within our last minute.
Lee, her brother, which I guess that came first, but it's okay. We're going to watch that tomorrow.
But we at least got a chance to cover a lot of stuff in our hour, so.
That's good.
What's that t-shirt? I didn't get a chance to ask him, other things
Kaylee's
besides.
picture's on the back.
Is it? Can Dad
Yes.
show me the shirt?
Yeah, turn around so you can see. It's the Never Lose Hope Foundation. Do you see it?
I can see
Their
part
picture?
of it, yeah.
Have you seen me? And then it has the information on how to contact.
Okay.
Casey, you don't realize the whole United States is looking for our Kaylee.
I know that, Mom.
Her cover's going to be on People magazine in a few days.
Okay.
Everybody is looking for her.
Good.
Oh, okay. So what we're going to be doing is focusing on body language also during this, okay? Because what she just did
Wow.
was not a sigh of relief, in my opinion, Allie. That was a sigh of bit of concern, and there's a wiping of the eyebrow, because the idea of the whole world looking for this little girl is not ideal when you are the killer.
Oh my gosh, I agree. Like, that was not oh, thank God. It almost stunned me, like, the way that she acted. Like, come on, wake up, Cindy and George. Like, you should, I'm sorry.
I
She's
know.
so, obvious that the whole world is going to be looking, okay.
Not relief, not, oh, thank goodness, not a crack of emotion when she sees her daughter's face on the back of that shirt, but
Yeah.
like you could see almost tension when she wipes her eyebrow.
And didn't she almost look annoyed that the shirt, like, what's the shirt? Like, can Dad show me?
Can Dad show me? Like, what is it? Okay. And Cindy, and this is why I don't think her parents, even though I know we have to separate the parents, but as an enabler as her mom is, I really have a hard time judging parents, like, because I'm a parent, like I get it. But you could tell this is a woman who's trying to find her granddaughter.
Yeah. Yep.
That, Mom.
Her cover's going to be on People magazine in a few days.
Okay.
Everybody is looking for her.
Good.
Everybody is looking for her. Are we going to be able to find her, do you think?
I hope we can, Mom. Now, I didn't get a chance to ask Lee.
Can you look up a little bit more? Raise your eyes up a little bit. There you go. So now look straight up so I can look into your eyes, darling. Thank you. I need to do that. It's okay to cry, Casey. It's all right, love. We've all been crying. Casey, I want to ask you just a couple questions.
Good.
Now, this is why Casey doesn't want to talk to her mom, in my opinion, because she doesn't want to be asked. But I do not see this as tears of, and this is my opinion, I do not see this as tears of concern versus you're making me look you in the eye. And I don't know about you guys, I am someone that gets nervous looking someone straight in the eye, especially in emotional situations. It kind of makes it real. And
Yeah.
I think she's fine, kind of just do. But the moment you stop and look me in the eye, I think this is the moment where she knows
Yep.
her mom asking her and her looking in her in the eye is what's causing that emotion.
Yep. I agree. Totally agree.
And I will look at her dad's demeanor, but also please understand that Cindy is the only one with the phone. Dad can't hear. Dad can't hear anything.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind.
I know the pictures with Kaylee in Zanny's apartment. Is Zanny's apartment the ones with the drums?
She had a drum set, yes.
The one in the picture,
I think there were even other pictures. I told Lee to look through everything.
Okay.
Here's the problem. Yes, she told her parents about Zanny before, but there wasn't any time Kaylee dropped her off with Zanny. So it's interesting because her mom's desperately trying to get photos of when Casey in Zanny's apartment. But notice how Casey even answered, she had drum set. Yeah, no. Is the picture with Kaylee with the drum set in Zanny's apartment. But she can't answer that because she knows it's not a picture in Zanny's apartment.
Yep. It was probably in her boyfriend's or something like
Yes.
that. And she knows that she can't say definitively yes because
Right.
she's starting to get caught up.
Yes, exactly.
Is that Zanny's apartment? Because I know whose apartment it is. Is it Zanny's apartment?
That exact apartment, no, that was Ricardo's apartment. It was set up a lot like Zanny's apartment.
Okay.
What? Wait, no, but it's set up a lot like that. Conveniently, it's not her apartment, but it's set up just like her apartment. What?
Yeah, and she was not going to say no, it wasn't until her mom said, "I know whose apartment it is."
Right.
She
Oh
was
my
going to let it
goodness.
be left open, and then it's set up like his. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Or what?
Oh my goodness. Hi, Riley.
Any pictures of Zanny's
Mom,
apartment?
Lee and I already talked about this. I don't
Okay,
know. It could
all right.
be on the disc at home. I don't know.
What is your? I can't get into your.
I gave Lee everything already. I
All
gave
right.
Lee all of the passwords, everything we could possibly
Because I
think
want to
of
get
all over again.
I want to get some video clips off Kaylee because the video clip with Grandpa is really helping people. Still pictures don't show.
No, they
her
don't show her
justice.
personality.
Right, and we need to show her personality. So I need to make sure we get that password.
Yeah, I gave Lee the password.
Please look up, sweetheart. I need to see your eyes.
I want to be able to look at you guys too. I can't look at you and look at the camera.
Well, you don't have to look at the camera.
That's right, Cindy. You don't have to look at the camera. And we noticed Casey did that in the interview too. She was eyeing that camera. Why do you need to look at the camera, Casey?
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you just real quick. Do you think her mom in this moment thinks at all that Casey could be responsible for this? Or do you think she's buying into this and thinking it's probably somebody else or whatever because of her enabling personality?
I think this was a total Billy Joe moment where in her heart, she knows. And she doesn't know. I don't think she believed what necessarily happened would have happened versus an accident someone else has. Like, what, you're lying to me. And I know something's wrong here, but trying in my head to convince myself it's not true. That's why she keeps saying, look at me, because a mother knows. Look me in the eyes, Casey. You look me in the eyes, because try to lie to your mom. It ain't going to happen.
Okay. I did not even think that, to look me in the eyes, but now you're 100% right. That's why she's doing it, to see, are you lying?
Yep. And thank you, Amy, for 7 months. 7 months with some of the best creators on YouTube. Thanks, Amy.
It's hard to know because her personality is like that enabling type where you almost think she's sitting there like, oh, my precious baby.
Right.
Wow, I'm so sorry you're in there. That kind of thing.
And that is true. But at the same time, she knows Casey better than we know. And she probably knows that she's trying. God, there's no right way to handle this. There really isn't. But she's probably trying not to be on the offense, not to attack. Everything's fine. We're here. We love you, but give us some answers type of deal. And thank you for 37 months. Hell yes, mom knows. Yes, mom knows. Hi, Mika. Hey, hon. Hey, Tess. Yeah, she can't say it, but she knows. The same way we're watching Casey lie to herself with, I don't want to look you in the eyes. I kind of just want to coast because it's easier, right?
Yeah.
The same thing with mom. I don't want to believe this. I'm going to try to coast and I'm going to go with this because it's easier. Our brains do it also to protect ourselves. It sees that trauma. It sees, and it's like, let me cut around this way.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
I'm looking at you.
Okay.
You're sitting very low.
I know.
Your head's about this much in the TV.
Okay. Do you think Zanny's acting by herself, or does she have help?
I don't know, Mom. I haven't been able to talk to anybody. I don't know. I'm hoping that if there's people involved, there's as many people that are dumb enough to open their mouths and say something as possible. But Mom, I have nothing to go off of at the moment. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Jose and I go over this every time we talk, and
moving those eye, like, yeah, she can just be wiping the eye gunkies from the tears, but at the same time, what I'm noticing is I have nothing to go off of. Let me wipe my eyes. And what we know is that usually when you are lying, touching the face or doing something with your body is what happens. Okay. Versus when you're telling the truth, you're less likely to do that. Okay. But Jose and I, right, we're going to figure this out. Okay. And is she ever once looking at her dad yet? Right? I'm trying to watch her dad. Is her dad nervous at all not being able to hear this audio? What is Casey telling his wife?
Right. Yes. Oh my God. Good point, dude. Because if he can't hear at all,
Yep.
and if her story was true, would he not be sitting there like, oh God, is she going to tell? Oh my gosh, is she going to keep the story? Come on now.
And just wait till they speak, Allie. That is when I'm like, let me see that language. Let me see that communication. Okay. Nope.
Wow. Okay. I'm ready.
I don't know. Jose and I go over this every time we talk, and things that Lee told me today, I'm extremely aggravated about because I haven't gotten a single letter. Nothing that you've given him has gotten back to me.
I've only given him my letter. I don't think I've given him Annie's letter yet.
Well, I got 2 letters that were sent directly to the jail, but
Okay,
nothing
now-
that's been given to him has been given to me.
Well, he can't hand anything to you. Did you read
He can
anything
at
in my
least-
writing?
I read the one little note, yes, but Lee said that he's written letters and
Okay.
he's written other stuff.
Okay, well, then the one little note that I wrote,
He
then
did
you
show
did
me.
get it. Okay, that's
Okay.
the only note that I've given. So don't
Well,
lose
according
total
to
faith.
Lee, I'm not losing faith. I'm just going to have a lot of questions for him when I see him hopefully
That's
later
fine.
today.
You want to have questions for him.
I'm going to have a lot of questions for Mr. Baez later today when I see him, because he has notes that I haven't gotten yet. Bitch. Come on.
Delusions of grandeur or whatever.
Yep. Exactly.
I have a lot of questions, and I'm going to ask you something that he told me. I guess there was a lady that came forward on the news. Her and her son were at the airport, said that they saw Kaylee, spoke to Kaylee.
Right, and she said her name was Kaylee Marie Anthony.
Do you have any more information on that?
Yes. But again, the sheriff's department's telling us they're fully investigating that.
Well, I want someone outside of the sheriff's department looking into these things. I mean, I want Lee to look into stuff. I want you guys to look into stuff. I want Jose to look into stuff. I don't
we're trying to request those videotapes from the Orlando airport.
Okay.
I was with Jose today when he requested that.
Okay. Have you spoken to her yourself?
Oh, she contacted me. She calls me every day, 3 or 4 times a day.
Okay, good. Well, that's what I wanted to know. I don't want just one person running errands for me, someone that I have no contact with. And
Does
even
Charlotte sound like a potential place to look?
You can look in Charlotte. I know Zanny's had roots in North Carolina. I know that she's...
Oh, convenient. There was someone who thought they saw Kaylee at an airport. She conveniently said her name was Kaylee Marie Anthony. Wow, a 3-year-old. That's great. But do you think that Zanny the nanny would have any roots to Charlotte? Well, conveniently, Zanny has ties to North Carolina. Yes. Does she though?
Oh my God. It's her lies are very transparent. They have to be to her mom, right? Like she's been dealing with it forever.
Yeah. That's why I think Cindy talks in such a slow, Okay. I think she's so nervous of setting Casey off. She's tiptoeing.
Yep, just trying to get any bit she can from her.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely Miami.
Definitely Miami and New York.
Do you know is her mother's name Zenaida Fernandez Gonzalez as well?
No, her mother's Gloria.
Is her mother, what age is her mother? She's
between your age and Dad's age, so she's
about
in her 50s.
55?
Roughly, yes.
Have you ever heard her sister's name? Not Zanny's sister, her mom's sister's name, Zanny's aunt's name.
No.
Is it possible that she could be staying with her sister? Zanny's mom could be staying with Zanny's aunt in Miami.
It's a possibility. I don't know where exactly they are in Miami or who they're staying with, but it's a possibility.
Does
All I know
Josephina sound familiar to you? Josephina?
No.
Okay. Okay.
What I'm seeing is Cindy has been doing work.
Yeah.
And looking at freaking familial branches and trying to just spit out name. Is this familiar? Is this familiar? Because they clearly found a Zanny, right? Zenaida. And is this the one that I'm looking for? But Casey, no, her mom's Gloria. Okay, let me throw out these names and see if it's even familiar. This is what I would anticipate a grandma to do.
I'm surprised Casey didn't go, oh yeah, Josephina, that sounds right. Yeah, that's
right.
it.
Right. But I think she knows that she can't because they found someone.
Yeah.
And they, like with that name, and we can't go with that person because she knows it's not going to lead back to it.
And also, like, oh, her mom's between the age of your and Dad's age. Like
your and Dad's conveniently.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Just rolls right off the tongue.
Close as I am to you, Allie, I don't know the exact age of your parents. You know, that's such a random thing. And what about your aunt? Sorry, I don't. You know, like,
Yes.
like so for her to even know that stuff, like that's stranger to me.
I agree.
Oh man. Are they gonna?
Go ahead, honey. No, go ahead. Ask.
I was just gonna ask if they were gonna let us have an extra, almost 15 minutes since we didn't get.
Probably not. We'll have to ask to start over. I don't know if they'll allow us or not.
Okay.
Oh,
are they?
Okay, that's what he said. Okay. Okay. All right. Do you want to speak to your father now?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, what was that shift? Did you see that little shift, Allie?
Yes, and look at her face.
Yes. Oh, look at that. My abuser, the man who allegedly, sorry, I don't even want to say that, but according to her, my abuser, the person who last had my child. Sure.
Yeah. And a big, huge smile on the face. Like,
such
come
a
on.
huge smile, because you could tell the energy between mom and dad are completely different. Mom, even though mom was Kaylee's mom, okay, she probably annoyed her because she would ask all the questions. Where are you? You didn't come home. Like, you left me with Kaylee. That type of stuff. Yeah. Dad is more laid back, right? Definitely the authoritarian, but always probably got her out of trouble. She was daddy's little girl.
Yep. I could see that.
Okay, that's what he said. Okay. Okay. All right. Do you want to speak to your father now?
Sure.
Okay.
Hey, gorgeous. How you doing?
I look like hell.
Did you see that? That emotional reaction when she even hears her dad's voice.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
She didn't have that with mom.
No, she didn't.
Mom, but like you could tell she was more close to dad.
Yeah. I've never seen, I'm just like over here in shock. Like, or, you know, in awe. I can't believe this. It's crazy.
Well, to know what she's currently doing, that's why I think it's so important to go back over this and see for ourselves and remind ourselves, wait a second, you're coming out on the platforms claiming that you're doing this for your daughter and that you were the victim of this horrific abuse from your father and brother. And again, we're going to get into the brother's interview next, but look at this. Look at this. Your current truth would have been the truth right here. That's not what I see.
Yeah, me either. And you know what? It's really freaking sad because it seems like just so far that she has parents that are very supportive and loving, you know, and it's messed up.
Right.
Man.
If I cry, Daddy will believe anything I say.
Yep.
Yeah, her and Cindy fought a lot. And I get it because Casey was I don't know, like, I don't think that their dynamics are so unusual. I actually think it's pretty usual for a younger mom, and then grandma's taking that forefront of the role, like kind of, and picking up the slack and co-parent. She's co-parenting with Casey, right? And we know that's admirable, but I'm not surprised that Casey was a ungrateful, entitled little shit, right? Because she was young and but it doesn't seem like she ever grew out of that.
Yep.
Look at that smile. She was happy to speak to Papa.
Hey, gorgeous, how you doing?
I look like hell.
Well, you know something? You really need to keep your spirit high for all this.
I haven't been crying while I've been in here.
Well,
I've
you
been
know
trying to
something?
read books and do other things to keep my mind off of stuff.
Well, you know, I want to be able to reach out and hug you and give you the big Papa Joe hug. But you know, we got to get that little girl back any way we can, and we're
Dad,
doing everything we can.
My only concern. I gave Lee a statement. I want him to speak to whoever in the media, give them a statement specifically from me. He's going to give them an exact quote. She's my only concern. Next to Kaylee, it's you guys. That's my only concern.
It's my only concern, but like I just said a second ago, I haven't even cried while I've been in here. My daughter is missing and gone, and now I'm locked up and I can't do anything about it, but I've been reading Teen Vogue, so I'm good. What?
Yeah. I'm going to find the statement that she gave while we're listening.
I think it might be on this playlist too. I'll send it to you.
Can I ask you something? Is there any particular city that you took Kaylee to at all? Any particular friends?
I haven't, no.
It's
Honestly,
been mostly just local?
It's been local. It's all been local. The last time I was in Jacksonville was in March. I haven't left the city.
Well, you know,
Sorry,
everyone is
I'm
doing...
going to Cocoa Beach one time back in maybe May. I know everyone's looking. I'm getting updates from Jose or from an occasional officer in here will give me just a little bit of the media that they've stomached watching.
Well, have you had a chance to read a paper or see the news?
I'm staying away from the TVs. They don't even have the TV on in here for news purposes. I haven't seen the paper or anything like that.
Okay, Mom wants to talk to you in a second.
Oh, God.
Listen, I'm in front of the cameras all the time. What message do you want me to give to Zanny and to Kaylee? What do you want me to tell Zanny?
That she needs to return Kaylee.
Sorry, I think that's really important. It reminds me of Tisha. And I don't ever, knock on wood, I don't ever want to know what it's like to be in that situation. But I can imagine the moment my mom asks, I'm going to go in front of the news, what message do you want me to give not only to Zanny, but to Kaylee? I would expect a visceral reaction. I would expect the idea of, what would I say to Kaylee? And she was just like, that she needs to return her. I don't know. I just don't see that reaction because she knows, in my opinion, this isn't getting out to anyone.
Yeah, I totally agree. You would expect that to be upsetting to you and that you would say something to Zanny. And I feel like her mom was pressing her for that, like an emotional plea to Zanny or even anger, but we don't get that.
Her mom, bless her. And again, I know we've talked a little bit about what we're going to see in trial. And I believe that eventually when they've accepted and realized Kaylee was no longer here, they openly took some hits and tried to cover in some aspects for Casey. But again, and I don't want to say I agree with it. I don't agree with that. But at the same time, I could have compassion because God, like they're parents, you know, like, and I can't judge doing everything for your kid. Like they had accepted Kaylee she's not here anymore, you know, but now we have to be here for Casey type of deal. I don't know. It's hard. But I see Cindy doing everything. She was prioritizing, compartmentalizing, itemizing everything that needs to happen to get Kaylee home.
Yep. Well, exactly what Casey should be doing.
And I'm observing George back there. Is he trying to gauge what she's saying? Is he eyeing her to where if she eyes him, she knows don't say anything? Nothing.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. And I'm sorry, but it's so obvious that Cindy is the one who, like you said, was the mom. What she's doing is literally what Casey should be doing. You know, getting her name and picture out on People magazine, thinking of videos that need to go out, the t-shirts, like all of this is desperate. If George knew where she was, like, I don't know, it just seems like they're desperate for answers, and it doesn't align with her story.
To claim that you believed Kaylee was alive at this point and coming home because of your dad, why isn't she eyeing dad like, hello, like, help me out here, like, I'm being asked all these questions, you know where she is? Nothing.
Yeah.
Not even with a body language. Nothing.
Yeah, you'd think you'd be angry at him, not,
Yes.
oh, daddy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Zanny into Kaylee. What do you want me to tell Zanny?
That she needs to return Kaylee.
What do you think her reasons are?
Mom, I don't know.
Okay.
I forgive her. My only concern is that Kaylee comes back to us. That she's smiling and she's happy and that she's okay.
Okay. What do you want me to tell Kaylee?
That Mommy loves her very much. And she's the most important thing in this entire world to me.
You already know I'm going to go on for that body language. She's shaking her head no.
Right.
She's shaking her head left to right while the words are being spoken. Look.
Thing in this entire world to me.
Do you see it?
Yeah, a little one.
Mm-hmm. So you are the most important thing in this world to me while he's shaking her head left and to right, which is your body will fight you when you're lying and it'll tell on you. It's very fascinating that like you can make the conscious choice to lie, but your body will fight it. Like it's very interesting.
Yeah, it is.
But here we are touching that face again, which I don't see any tears that you're wiping, but okay.
Well, at least here at one point she's acting like showing any amount of care or concern for Kaylee. I think the only reason she's crying, in my opinion, just so far, even though I haven't seen the evidence and stuff yet, but it seems like she's crying because she realizes the spot she's in while she's you know what I mean? While she's having to give that plea.
That's crazy, gamer girl. They said another inmate told Casey she heard they found a body somewhere and it might be Kaylee, and Casey said it's not her, they're looking in the wrong place. And Neat says, do y'all remember when she convinced a friend that George and Cindy were moving and giving her their house, and her friend was going to be her roommate and they were buying household items for the move?
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, she knows she's being recorded. That's why she's like, I can't look at you and the camera. Well, why are you even worried about the camera?
Yeah. I guess she means to like look in it. So well, yeah. What?
She doesn't need to maintain eye contact. She just didn't want to maintain eye contact with Mom. That's it.
Yeah.
And she's the most important thing in this entire world to me.
I saw it there. Okay.
Yep.
And to be brave. Hold on.
Look, the dad wiped a tear.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yes.
And he can't even hear.
Oh my God.
He can't hear, but he is retired law enforcement. You don't think he doesn't fucking know? He smelt her car. He knows, even if I don't think he would have even been honest with Cindy at that point to protect her, he knows.
Yeah, I agree.
Cindy
Oh my gosh.
holding on to hope, telling herself there's a chance, you know?
Yeah.
But watch,
Wow.
George wipes a tear.
Wow.
Anything else?
Just that I love her. I truly, truly love that little girl and miss her so much. God, and I miss you guys.
I know, honey, we miss you too.
I know Lee's priority list, we went through things, and I know Kaylee's at the top of everybody's priority list. I'm the last on mine right now.
I know you are. I know you're the last on your list
I'll sit
because
here
you're
as long
just like
as I
me.
have to.
Just to let you know, I know Kaylee is on the top of all of your guys' list. Trust me, I'm the last on mine. Are you though, Casey? Are you? The fact
Not
that you
at
can
all.
say that, right?
Yes. Yes.
Jeez. Yeah, he can't look at her. Your camera's on. He can't look at her. I know. And again, he can't hear. He can't hear it, but he sees her cry. He can't look the same way Billy Joe couldn't look when Leilani was. I hope he's happy, and I hope someone who maybe just couldn't have kids took him and are feeding him and playing with it. She knew, just the way they know. But Cindy wasn't able to believe it. I believe that.
Dude, my camera, I'm outside on the porch, so you got like the top of my roof,
I
but
saw.
thank God it wasn't like under my face or something.
Yeah, looking like a thumb. I hate that.
Yeah.
I know you are. I know you're the last on your list.
I'll sit
because
here
you're
as long
just like
as I
me.
have to. I don't
I
care.
know. Are you protecting Kaylee? Are you protecting me? Are you protecting whom? I know
Lee
you're
and I've
protecting.
Lee and I have made an agreement. I'm going to start writing letters. I'm going to do it today. I'm going to write individual letters to each of you. Send them through the mail, through the jail mail.
Casey, I don't want to wait through the mail, darling.
Did you hear what she just asked? What she was asking? Are you protecting you? Are you protecting me, Dad, Lee? Meaning, is there something you're not sharing because you're trying to protect us? And Casey's like, because I haven't thought if that is a route I'd like to go yet. So I already told Lee I'm going to write him letters. And Cindy, look at her face because, oh my God, is this an option? Like, look at her, wait, if it is, I don't want to wait. Tell me, is there some, because that would mean what you're saying is bullshit and there's something bigger going on here.
Yeah. That's so interesting that she even asked that question, the way she asked it, all of it. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Letters. I'm going to do it today. I'm going to write individual letters to each of you. Send them through the mail, through the jail mail.
I don't want to wait through the mail, darling.
I'm protecting our family, yes. Not from anything that I've done.
Someone threatening us. Someone threatening us.
Oh,
just
okay.
leave it at that, please.
Okay.
For right now, just
Mom, just leave it at that, please, because I can't talk about this and I haven't figured out what fucking lie I'm going to go with.
Yeah. I might use this in the future. And it almost makes it seem like she's giving them like they probably have a little hope. Oh, okay, so
Yes.
somebody's like threatening us, and that's, or you know what I mean? That's why she's not saying anything, because she doesn't want us to get hurt or whatever.
Yes, and I think that Cindy is open to really any option. Maybe were you fucking around with drugs? Did someone take Kaylee? Like, did you owe money? I think her mom's really open to anything because she knows her daughter lifestyle wasn't the lifestyle of a new mom versus just a young, irresponsible mom, right?
Yep.
And so, but Casey, you are literally opening that door to everything kind of like that you were saying before is not true again. And so can you blame her mom? Like, hello, I need to know this information so I know what the hell to do.
Yeah.
But I'll write you a letter, your pigeon, and it'll get to you when it gets to you.
And the jail letters take forever. Like you hear when we hear Tisha and stuff, it'll be a month and a half before they're from one person to the next.
Oh, but no need to rush, Allie. No need to rush.
Mom, just leave it at that, please.
Okay.
For right now, just leave it at that.
Okay. I trust you.
Oh.
But don't just know that you don't have to protect this family. This family is tough. We've been through a lot in the last week and a half.
Mom.
We're pretty darn strong. We almost lost it a few times, but we are stronger now than we've ever been. So don't try to protect Dad or me or Lee.
I know.
We have to protect Kaylee. So don't protect us.
That's
We
all
have
I'm
to
worried
protect
about.
Kaylee.
I know.
Well, then there's nothing to protect us for.
And her dad back there just completely not up there real close, paying attention, worried about what Cindy's talking about, protecting Dad. You know, if he would have done this, like she says, and he hears the words, you don't have to protect me, you don't have to protect your dad, would he not, I don't know, set up a little bit, pay closer attention, something?
Well, and sorry, I don't give a crap who was being threatened, even. I love you, but the 3-year-old comes first.
Yeah.
The 3-year-old, the same way Tisha tried to pull this with Al, right? I was protecting us. I was protecting our other. What about Gannon? You know, like you're letting him go because you want to protect others who are okay right now. You don't think Cindy would walk to the ends of the world to exchange herself for Kaylee? The 3-year-old needs protection.
Yeah. Way more than anybody else. The fact that, but Casey and her, to me, it's all about her. You know what I mean? Probably always has been. So she sees this as a feasible lie that might make sense, even though it doesn't.
And why she doesn't have to give information the same way with Tisha, right? You know, like, I'm being threatened. They're going to, you know, yeah, it's an excuse of why you don't have to willingly hand it over.
Yep.
Do you understand that?
I understand that, Mom.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
How come she never got a chance to get the car? Doesn't make sense.
Mom, because this is recorded, and I don't know who's going to see things, and who's going to misconstrue whatever else. Like I said, there's things that I directly need to say to each of you.
Okay. I trust that.
Lee and I are finding other means to do. So.
Oh
That's
my God.
Very straightforward question. That's right, Cindy. This isn't making sense. Why didn't you get that car? Why'd you abandon that car? Casey can't answer because it does not at all align with any of the stories she's given. And Cindy knows it doesn't make sense even, you know, and she's tiptoeing. Bless her, she's tiptoeing. She's so scared that she's going to run her off and she's going to like just blow up. You could tell that that's what she would have done previously.
Oh, yeah.
And now Casey's like, well, you know, they don't check mail or anything, which yes, they effing do. But I'm not going to say it on this recorded line.
Well, and also it's like, you're finding your daughter. Like, you should want all the information out there. Like, you know, if your child goes missing, I don't care if my kids went missing. I don't give a damn what you need from me. You can have it. Seriously, any and everything. Anything that might bring them home. Doesn't matter even if you think it's not related.
I would scream it from the rooftops. And she said a little bit ago, I'll sit in here as long as I have to. Bitch, you're not in there. Related to this, well, somewhat related to this, but like this isn't you sitting in here. Isn't they're you know, the longer I sit in here, the more of a chance I'll find Kaylee. Like, no, number one, and that's not your choice. But I don't give a crap what was recorded. Find my child. Here is everything. Find my child.
Yep, same.
So,
Okay. Has someone else been in our house?
I don't know, Mom. Possibly. I told you a long time ago she had a key.
What? What? I forgot about that.
Zanny had a key to the house?
Zanny had a key to their house?
For what?
Meanwhile, you're meeting Zanny on random apartment stairwells that she doesn't
Yeah.
even live at to do the exchange of Kaylee, but she has a key to your parents' house?
And I told you a long time ago, like, what? How long had she been using Zanny as an excuse
Where
for?
was Kaylee all those times?
Oh my gosh. Just like that time we talked about the other night, like in the middle of the night when she was gone. That was 2
Mhm.
weeks before she went missing. So she came back. She was seen after that. Where was she?
You want me to tell you my theory?
Yeah, of course I do.
She was drugging Kaylee when she didn't want to take care of her. And I think that most likely Kaylee woke up that night. She was at her boyfriend. She didn't want to deal with her. And I think she dosed her and put her in the trunk. And then she would go back and get her. And this time, it was too much. She rather dose her than deal with her.
I can't wait to see the Google searches because I know there was some stuff about some of that.
And Cindy took the blame for it, which we'll get to that. Look at her mom.
No, Mom. Possibly. I told you a long time ago she had a key. God, I was gonna ask you something too, and I don't remember.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. How's the rest of the family?
Grandma's not doing very well at all, Casey. She's not. And I can't talk to her because it's not good when I do talk to her.
Oh,
So she's not doing
Freaking
well at all.
sad.
yeah.
So everybody sends their love. Everybody.
You know, it's really sad too, like for many reasons, but I don't know. That's Cindy's mom. And I don't care how old you are, you always go to your mom for that comfort. And Lord knows Cindy needed support.
Yeah.
And now that burden of I can't even go to my mom because you're at that elderly age where this is impacting her, poor Cindy, man. Poor Cindy.
Yeah, it could literally, something like that at that age could be the difference in life and death.
It sure can. Yeah, look what she did to her family is right.
Everybody sends their love. Everybody loves you. Everybody knows that you've done nothing to Kaylee.
Good.
You understand that?
I know that. I'm just glad everybody else knows that.
Well, there's a lot of people out there, though, that doesn't believe that, darling.
Oh, I know. But again, I get that daily here.
Okay, well, hold on. Dad wants to talk to you.
Oh, go ahead.
Casey, what can I do?
Just try to keep talking to the media, I guess. Keep things positive. Keep it focused on Kaylee. That needs to be the main focus.
Is there anything else that you want to say directly to me at all?
I think that right there was him giving her the opportunity. Your mom's not listening. Is there anything you want to say directly to me? He knows, Remy. He knows that this was his job, like he knows. And I think he's keeping it more so together, not like Cindy, who's lying to herself, not consciously lying to herself, right? But not even realizing she is. But George is not even communicating that because he can't do that to his wife, you know?
Right.
He's just sitting here for the ride, but he knows.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. It's just so like, it, I don't even have words for this because his tone, it's just interesting to see, especially after what's fresh in my mind is like the very most recent, like the Substack thing that we were just talking about her. You know, my abuser, blah, blah, blah. I was a
Yep.
police officer who testified.
Yep. Yep. And do not forget, I know we're about to do trial after this, but George was the prosecution's star witness for the grand jury. He knew this was his job. He was retired law enforcement. He smelt that car. He knew he loves his daughter. He was holding it together for his wife, but he knew. So every little thing he says, I zone in on. But again, this is allegedly her abuser who was then abusing Kaylee, and she last saw Kaylee with him in his arms walking away. Keep that in mind. Sorry, it makes me angry. But also what's heartbreaking is you're watching a family break.
Yeah.
Completely break.
Don't be sorry because I feel it too. It's just like, I don't know. It is it's emotional. It makes me think about like when my cousin passed away, her mom had a massive heart attack. She almost lost her life. This kind of stuff is not easy, even on George and Cindy at their age.
No.
You know?
Nope. Hey, Rebecca. Yeah, Lee is Casey's brother, and Kaylee was named after her and her brother, which is according to her another one of her abusers. Casey and Lee.
So I didn't realize, I'd heard you guys say it, but I didn't realize she accused her brother too.
Yes.
Was that like in the trial or after, or?
I think it was in the trial too.
Okay.
Wow.
That needs to be the main focus.
Is there anything else that you want to say directly to me at all?
Just that I wish that none of this would have ever happened. I really wish that none of this would have ever happened.
Look at the way he pierced his lips, okay? I think, again, that was the opportunity he was trying to give her to say anything, even an indication. And I think that was disappointment right there. Yeah. The way he pierced his lips, and I know it's not the best footage and it's tiny, but watch, he'll pierce his lips or like push them against I don't know what to call it.
Just that I wish that none of this would have ever happened.
Right there.
I really wish that none of this would have ever happened.
Damn.
Well, we all feel that way, and I know we're all just given a lot right now, and we have to keep on being strong and knowing that we got to bring you and we got to bring Kaylee home. And I mean, we know where you're at. I don't want to.
I'm sorry. It is pursed lips, not pierced. He didn't get a lip piercing. I'm sorry.
Hey, it sounded right to me.
He's piercing his lips. I knew it sounded wrong, but I couldn't think of it. Purse his lips. He was pursing his lips.
Just went like I didn't even notice. I'm like, yeah, I definitely see it.
Sorry.
I mean, we know where you're at. I don't want to see you here. I don't want you here. But
yeah, but in some ways, I almost feel more protected here than if I were on the outside.
Well, I guess there's some truth in that. But you know, once we get that little girl home, which I hope is today, you know, that stuff with you, it's not going to be easy to get through. But at least we'll have you out also, and that's
as long as we have Kaylee home, everything else with me we'll deal with as we can. Lee made a good point. Getting Kaylee home is our priority. Everything else will fall into place after that. And that's the truth.
Well, you got to know that Mom and I worry about you being here.
I know, but I'm under protective custody. I'm in my own cell. I'm right across. I mean, I'm literally within 4 steps from where their little station is in here. So I'm being watched at all times.
Okay, but when was the last time you talked to Mr. Baez, if I might ask?
Wednesday night. Today's Friday. Wednesday.
Now, what I find interesting is Hi Joneson, he's going straight for the attorney because he knows his questions are more geared. Now, of course, I'm not saying he's not concerned for Kaylee versus he knows. And so when was the last time you spoke to your lawyer? He knows what's up.
Okay. Have you ever thought about even just reaching out to the guys at the sheriff's department, just talking to them?
The few times that I have, Dad, you've seen what's blown up in my face. They've misconstrued things that I said to them. Resources that I gave them, they haven't used. So, in all honesty, as much as I'd like to, at the moment, if I'm going to, it won't be an in-person conversation. It won't be an over-the-phone conversation. It will be in writing. So there's no way of them twisting my words or saying that I didn't give them information.
Well, do you have access to a phone and stuff every day or not?
No, there needs to be money put, I guess, in an account for me so I can make calls. There have to be collect calls.
Well, you can call us. We'll accept the charge.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying I think there still has to be money in an account for me to be able to make any calls, from what I've been told. Tell Mom to keep breathing.
So you need some money so you can make outside calls.
As far as I know, yes, you'll have to ask somebody more.
Did you hear her?
Tell Mom to keep breathing?
Yes, because her mom is struggling, bless her heart, but she is struggling not being able to hear every word, which again, this is what I would expect for someone who wants their child home. Every word. Look, Cindy is watching her mouth movements, desperate that she can't hear any little bit of information. That is a grandma who wants her child home.
She's zoned all the way.
Yeah.
She's zoned all the way in. And then George, sorry about that, Melissa, but what do you think about him encouraging her to call the police without her attorney? That's pretty big, knowing he's a police, he retired police, and he knows how important it is for someone to have their attorney, but he's like, have you ever thought about just calling the sheriff's office?
Well, I don't even know if he meant necessarily without her attorney, but speak to detectives to help find Kaylee. She wasn't speaking to them. And I think he knew, and I think he was watching his wife. Okay. God only knows every effing night, going to bed like this. I think his priority was recovering Kaylee. I think he knew at this point it was a recovery. He probably didn't know what, but would a man who knew what happened to Kaylee and the abuser be encouraging her to go speak to law enforcement?
Yeah, no, he wouldn't. Well, the reason I thought it was without an attorney is because he's like, when did you last speak to Baez? Well, have you thought about just calling the sheriff's office? So
yeah, maybe. I don't know. It is
definitely. If it was him, I agree with you. He definitely probably would not be encouraging her to go speak to police.
Right. Oh, again, it's so different with mom versus dad. But again, he's a retired homicide detective. You don't think he knows? He knows. He knows.
Yeah.
But tell mom to keep breathing. As if it's that simple. That is what I expect a mom to be when her child or grandchild is not in her care. She can't breathe. She's forgetting to breathe because she is hooked on to every movement of your face, every expression, every word, and she is struggling not being able to hear it. She wants to hear it all, and that is genuine emotion.
Yeah, agree.
Need some money so you can make outside calls.
As far as I know, yes, you'll have to ask somebody more information on that.
Okay. Well, talk to Mom 1 second.
Is there any messages to anybody that you want me to give? Do you want me to tell Annie anything, Tony anything?
Tell Amy that I'm sorry.
Okay.
Tell Ryan I appreciate all of his help. If you could ask him to come if he gets a chance to come in town. I don't know if he's going to be able to.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, just tell the rest of the
What
family
about Tony?
what the hell is there to say to him? I mean, it took a friend of mine that I haven't seen in at least 4 years, haven't talked to in maybe longer than that, someone from high school, to come and see me, and he hasn't made any effort, won't talk to Jose. You know, when
I'm sorry, is that your boyfriend?
I don't know. I'm kind of lost with Ryan.
Tell
Because
Ryan?
Ricardo, the boyfriend's Ricardo, and what's the other guy?
Not Paul. It was I thought it was Paul originally, but it's crap. What's the other one's name? What was her current boyfriend's name, guys? I forgot. Tony. Thank you, Tony. So who's Ryan? I don't remember Ryan.
Me neither.
She was talking to the guy from high school. Okay.
Is that who she thinks is Kaylee's dad?
No, she claimed Kaylee's dad was dead.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. Why would he need to come talk to Jose?
I don't know.
Okay.
if you could ask him to come if he gets a chance to come in town. I don't know if he's going to be able to.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, just tell the rest of the
What
family
about Tony?
what the hell is there to say to him? I mean, it took a friend of mine that I haven't seen in at least 4 years, haven't talked to in maybe longer than that, someone from high school, to come and see me, and he hasn't made any effort, won't talk to Jose, you know, when I sent even a specific note. I mean, I would like to reach out to him, to talk to him, but at the same time, my concern is you guys.
Okay.
Oh,
How about Jesse? He's been.
is Amy the friend that she stole her checkbook from? And then she was arrested again for cashing those checks?
Then she blamed it on Tony, maybe?
I'm not
Is that
sure,
what
but because when she gets out, she then gets arrested again for stealing her friend's checkbook and cashing checks and stuff. Oh, Casey.
Concern is you guys.
Okay. How about Jesse? He's been real close. Is there anything you want me to tell Jesse?
I would like Jesse to stay as far away from you guys as possible. I'm saying that wholeheartedly and as calmly as possible.
Okay.
I don't know how much I trust him right now, and I even told Lee that. Lee's going to investigate a few people for me. I in my gut, I don't know if I can trust him.
Okay. Well, I've been thinking that all along, but I've told the deputies my feelings.
Jose and I had a couple conversations about that. We've talked about that multiple different times, actually.
Does he know Zanny?
To the best of my knowledge, no, but quite possibly.
Okay. Has Jesse ever watched Kaylee in the last month or so while he was off work?
No.
Okay.
The last time he watched Kaylee was at his parents' house when she was a baby. So that was 2006.
Okay. You know, his dad has been trying to reach out to your dad. His mom sent Lee an email and to tell us that they, as much as the differences that they had with you, they still know that you're a good mom and that, you know, they want Kaylee back as well. So I want you to know that.
I appreciate that. I mean, coming from his family, yes, that means a lot. As far as Jesse as an individual, is very questionable for me.
Okay.
Very, very questionable. Things from his parents that I can,
Hey, I have a
guess,
question.
honestly say I appreciate. Yes.
Your Tiffany ring, your little heart ring, where is it?
I don't know. I haven't seen it for a long time.
And who gave you that ring again? I forget.
Jeff.
Okay. We can't find Jeff.
Lee actually has more information on stuff like that. He said that he knows information about him, about Juliet, about other people.
Okay. Dee or Daisy or whatever her name is from Kodak called and said to tell you she loves you and she knows you're okay. She just called me. She'll be coming into town.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we Tom Frank or Tom Manley? Because
There's
they
a
had
Tom Frank and a Tom Manley. Again, information when I had spoken to people even directly at Universal.
Now, Frank is the last email that you got that you showed
Yes.
me. Now, why did they put in the police report Manley?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm just wondering. So
This is what I'm saying. Information specifics that I had given them.
Do you think I could get Mike's help?
Kozak?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. I haven't spoken to Mike in quite a long time.
But he knew a lot of these people, didn't he?
He might have. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
She had a lot of boyfriends, didn't she? Which, you know, do your thing, you know. But all these names, like that. Nope, there were 3 Toms, Mom. You know, like that was Jeff, that was John, that was Billy, that was Dudette. I don't like, dude. How many people? Damn.
They were saying in the chat that the Ryan person testified at her trial, so we'll get to hear that.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys heard from Earl at all?
Earl?
No.
Meredith, my first manager. No.
I don't know how to get in touch with him either.
He had a MySpace. You might be able to find it on my friends list.
Do you know how?
Check MySpace.
I don't know your MySpace password.
Do you know the email for it?
Is it Casey L. Marie?
I'll spell it for you. Yeah. KAYSEEOMAREE.
Sorry, hold on. She's one of those who spelled her name differently to be cool.
I was about to ask, like, what?
I'll spell it for you. Yes, Mom, it is my full name, but not the given name. The way that I changed it to be cool. CAYSEE. Bitch, give me. Oh my God. That's not how you spell your name. Because why would you? I was thinking, like, you'll spell it for her. It's your fucking name. Your mom gave it to you. Oh, no. You switched it to be cool. I got it.
Yeah, and Casey spelled like that? What?
Yeah. KC. Oh, man. Jesus, okay.
OMAREE at CFL.
Wait.
.RR.
She even did Marie?
Oh my God.
At CFL. MAREE.
Yep. MAREE. Okay. Okay. KC Marie. Okay.
You're giving me Tisha vibes.
Yep.
At CFL. .RR.com. Password is the same as my Facebook account. It's Timer. TIMER 55.
Do you know who that on your MySpace friend who? God, what the heck's his name? Marky Mark.
Yeah, that's Mark Hawkins.
Oh.
That's Charlie Brown. That's Mark Hawkins.
Okay, well, it didn't look like Mark. That's why. Because someone thought that person looked familiar, one of the witnesses.
It's Mark.
Okay. He hasn't seen Kaylee or has anything related
Mark's
to this.
On the West Coast, no.
Right.
Mark is one of those people that I trust.
Okay.
Did you stop by and see his mom a week before all this happened?
We ran into each other at Target out at Waterford.
Do you think she could share anything with me?
I don't know what she'd be able to share. We talked just
Okay.
quickly in passing, and it was about Mark.
Okay, I just didn't know. I just thought maybe I could ask that, and that might be a yes or no question you could answer to me.
I don't think there's anything that anyone would
Okay.
know.
Okay.
Bless Cindy. She is trying to ask in kind of a coded way, what direction should I look in? Yes, no, without having to give information.
Yeah.
She's
It's
trying
sad as hell.
Sally.
She's trying her what? I'm sorry.
She's trying her hardest.
It's freaking sad.
It's
And
very
Charlie, oh, sorry again. Charlie Brown, I was just going to say, like, damn, Charlie
Yeah.
Brown's involved.
There are so many names. It just goes to show again, like, sorry, and I'm not trying to shame over here. You do your thing, but it just shows that she was partying with guy after guy after guy. Her own mom doesn't even know the father of Kaylee. Like, can you like, I don't, again, because I understand, like, Kaylee was missing for 31 days, but it seems like this was Casey's lifestyle. Just partying, bouncing around, never know if she's coming, if she's going, who she's with, like, and she lied. You know, she was a liar.
Yep. It's embarrassing, honestly. And think about it, like, in your regular life. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm older now, but even when I was that age, like, there was not that many people, like, in my regular daily life. I mean, I guess.
Do you like that? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, 31 days and 31 guys, man. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this? Oh, I know it's gonna.
Silver. The windows aren't tinted. It's very basic. There's a pink floral car seat on the right passenger side in the back seat.
Hold on, what she asked?
Yes.
Silver car, correct? Or color car?
Oh, I guess you're gonna hear it.
Silver car, correct? Or color car?
Oh, I
Silver
see.
Ford Focus, 2008, 4-door. The windows aren't tinted. It's very basic. There's a pink floral car seat on the right passenger side in the back seat.
Sorry, can I also just bring your attention real quick? Like, it's very interesting how the setup used to be, because they're not face to face; they're computer camera to camera. You see in the background all these little pieces of computers.
Yep. So where are they at the jail? And she's like in another room, maybe. I guess. And
That's
Okay.
what I'm assuming. They're in like the visitor section, and she's, I don't know what part in the jail she is, but.
And then this was played like at the trial, and that's where the clip comes from, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the car seat that she's had for Kaylee.
And that's why Kaylee none of her stuff's missing from the house, because she's got everything.
She has everything.
Oh,
She's always had.
Zanny, that's why none of Kaylee's stuff is missing at the house. You know, you didn't pack her an effing bag or anything, because Zanny conveniently has her very own car seat for Kaylee and everything.
Yep. And I'm betting you that was a question that was that, you know, police have went over with Cindy a few times, that if anything was missing, look and make sure, that kind of thing.
My heart breaks, you know, like, and again, I might shift once we go into trial and I see how Cindy covers for Casey. But right as of right now, again, my heart still breaks, because holy shit, I really can't imagine. I just can't imagine.
Yeah, me too.
From the house, because she's got everything.
She has everything. She's always had shoes, socks, diapers, clothes, toys. I mean, you name it.
Who else did she ever nanny for before, besides Jeff, that you're aware of?
No one that I know of. He's the only person that I knew of.
Okay.
I know she'd watched her nephews and her niece. Outside of that, I don't know if there was anyone else.
Okay. And she definitely watched Annabelle.
Definitely watched Annabelle. on several occasions.
Okay. Oh, where did you take Kaylee to get her hair cut?
I never took Kaylee anywhere to get her hair cut. That's why when I heard that was complete bullshit. The only time Kaylee's gotten her hair cut has been at the house when
Well, what
I
about-
did it or when you did it.
I know that. Well, who's your beautician? Who's
The
the girl
last
that colored
person-
your hair?
No one colored my hair. I did my hair last.
Okay.
No one
Defensive?
has touched my head since the first week of
Yeah.
April after my 21st birthday last.
Girl, what are you so defensive about?
Yeah,
Holy
that
crap.
struck a nerve, that question there.
It sure did. Kind of like, Mom, I didn't. Nobody's touched my head. I did my own hair. Okay.
Like a
Hey.
little bratty teenager.
Yeah.
No one has
So-
touched my head since the first week of April after my 21st birthday last year. That was the last person that cut my hair.
So I'm just wondering
Outside
where
of
that
me.
came from.
Yeah, exactly. I'm wondering where that came from.
Okay. Is there anything else you need me to know or to check on for you?
I already told Lee to check my phone records. Keep checking that. Go back through even MySpace stuff. There could be
Is
something
there any
on MySpace.
particular day for sure that you know we need to track this back to?
As far as what, Mom? What specifically?
The last day you saw.
Seriously?
Duh.
Is there any specific day your phone record, like specifically we should check? Because here again, we're July 25th now. Is there any specific day? Yeah, perhaps the last day you saw Kaylee, and when all of a sudden the times you started getting calls where you said you've spoken to Kaylee since she's been missing. How about
Exactly.
those days, Casey?
Yeah, exactly. So they can see the phone record of y'all speaking because
Right.
they want to know that she actually exists, that this is real, you dumb
And then
stuff.
trace those numbers, right? Let's trace those numbers. No, nothing. Okay.
What
Jeez.
specifically, Mom?
Yeah. What specifically? She doesn't know because that's not where her mentality is versus where her mom's mentality is.
Yeah.
As far as what, Mom? What specifically?
The last day you saw Kaylee.
The 16th.
No, I thought Tara said her and Kaylee spoke on the phone on that week.
Tara?
Tara from Michigan.
You mean Mark's psycho ex-wife, Tara?
Yes.
Are you more concerned with your ex's ex, or are you more concerned with who the fuck spoke to your missing child?
So was she saying that Tara spoke to Kaylee?
Apparently, Tara said she had spoken to Kaylee, and she's more Mark's psycho ex-wife. I'm guessing
Oh my
Mark
God.
is another one of her ex-boyfriends. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Marky Mark.
Michigan.
You mean Mark's psycho ex-wife, Tara?
Yes.
She has not even spoken to me since probably the end of May, at least. And there goes the TV.
Wow, she's hateful as hell and annoyed as hell.
Mhm.
Look at her.
Session 5 minutes.
Look at
Casey,
her
5
attitude.
minutes, I know.
Oh my God.
I have not spoken with Tara in well over 2 months.
Woo! Look, she waited that whole time that little friggin' screen came on. Look at her. And look at her face. She's waiting to say it.
Uh-huh.
Casey.
5 minutes, I know. I have not spoken with Tara in well over 2 months.
Okay, she said that she had a 13-minute conversation. No, not 13. That was someone else. That she had over an hour conversation with you. She was having issues.
Yes, exactly. Like 2 months ago. I haven't talked to her since then.
Well, she
You
said
can
it was
check.
just a few weeks ago.
Honey, your child, it's been a month and a half. It's been almost 2 months since Kaylee has been gone. Are you not registering that?
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
like
it's-
almost 2 months ago. Yeah, it was 31 days. It was this is July 25th. 5th. You said you last saw her on June 16th?
Yep. That's
Sounds about right. God, sorry. She's more annoyed that she's even getting involved.
it. I know. And look at her face. She is so aggravated. And so was that break there a 5-minute break in between? It was just cut?
No, it was giving a 5-minute heads up. I think it's 30-minute
okay.
intervals because they're supposed to get an hour, but they're about to hit the 30-minute mark. So I think it's giving, instead of GTL lady
Okay.
saying you have 1 minute remaining, this is old school, and it was like beep, you have 5 minutes, on the screen.
Okay. I see.
You can check the number on my call records.
Don't get upset. I'm just
No,
saying.
I'm just telling you.
She's saying that
I know what she's
spoke to each
saying.
other.
Whoa.
Okay.
The babies never spoke to each other. I never even put Kaylee on the phone. Don't listen, Mom.
No, Casey.
I'm not getting mad
Oh
at
my
you.
God.
I know you're not.
This is why Cindy has been tiptoeing the entire time, because Casey has a history, I'm sure, of just, you don't know anything, Mom, and just kind of like snapping. And so she's tiptoeing, trying to obtain whatever information she could.
Yeah. Don't get upset.
Yep. The most emotion she has shown this entire time has to do with an ex-wife of a guy. Pathetic.
Well, listen, Mom.
No, Casey.
I'm not getting mad at you. I know you're not. Listen. People like Tara, people like Jesse, who are maybe trying to help, even Christina, God bless her, don't know what the hell they're talking about. They may have talked to me within the last few months or have seen me within the last, year, and will say, oh yeah, this was during this such and such time, because they're trying to help.
What?
Well, Mom, this is why stuff's getting misconstrued. Words are getting put in my mouth. You have my phone records.
I confirm that.
I have not spoken with Tara. You can look up her number.
I believe
whatever the Michigan thing is, whatever.
Okay, now we only have 5 minutes. What else do you want me to check on?
I thought they were giving us extra time.
I don't know. That's only 5 minutes in this session.
Oh, I know, and it'll cut off when we have 1 minute left. And then we'll get our last minute. I'm fine.
Okay.
I want you guys to know that. I'm eating to the best of my ability. I miss real food. I
know. I haven't cooked in any of this. People be bringing food to the house. If I list names, is there anybody that I may have an insight?
Lee and I already went over this. He had a whole list of people that whether or not he should even bother talking to them, people he should look into.
Were you ever intending on going to Puerto Rico?
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, and we had talked about stuff progressively throughout the last few months.
Who made the reservations?
There was never a reservation made for me. I was going to make my own reservation. Everyone was
but
buying
who made
their
everybody's? Who made everybody's?
Nobody was making reservations. We were all going to be buying our tickets as we could or as we wanted to, and we're going to be staying at JP's family's apartment or his apartment down there.
Okay. I thought it was
No. There was nothing that was pre-scheduled months in advance. We were all waiting to buy tickets, if we were going to buy tickets, things of that nature.
Yeah, because Amy's flight number was written on a piece of paper in your handwriting.
Yeah, I know, because I was picking her up.
Okay.
I needed to know her flight information for when I was going to get her from the airport.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and just like the menus that you found at the house, the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that was my list. That was my stuff. I wanted to start waking up at 5 a.m. working out. If it was for Kaylee, there'd have been waffles listed, mini pancakes, little things that she liked. I would never feed her a bagel with eggs.
She likes bagel and eggs and cream cheese and that kind of stuff.
So do I. We're like the same.
Oh
Wow.
God. See, does your mom need to tell you? Did you not even realize your own child ate that because your mom was raising her?
Yep, that's exactly what just happened.
So do I, Mom. I eat the bitch.
I would.
Great question.
She said I would never feed her that. Well, she likes that, Casey.
Yeah. She likes that, Casey. Exactly. Like, that's reality. And this is what, again, this is how their relationship was. Yeah, Casey was planning on going to fucking Puerto Rico, picking up what money with what. Her mom didn't know that, like she was coming, going, unfortunately. And she was Kaylee's mom. And sometimes she would take her, sometimes she wouldn't. So this whole 31 days, even though it's like, oh my God, like, well, if she lived there, why wouldn't they have, caught? But unfortunately, this was the kind of lifestyle she was living.
Yep. And she probably didn't have, like, what could she do if Casey's gone too? I mean,
Right.
call the cops and say she's with her mom. Like,
She hunted her down, though. She hunted her down at her boyfriend's house, and then I'll throw your ass in jail. You start talking. So
I mean, if Kaylee wasn't missing, like, if let's say that Casey
right.
says, I'm taking Kaylee, there's not really much she can do.
No, there isn't.
Bagel and eggs and cream cheese and that kind of stuff.
So do I. We're like the same little tiny person. She's almost my size anyway.
Wow.
But it was all health food, was it, in those lists? It was healthy stuff. Because that was one thing Jose asked me 3 or 4 times about the menus.
It did sound like she was jealous. Like, we're like the same little person. Yeah. That's exactly what it's like, Nanya, because I feel like, again, they're co-parenting. And it's this battle of who's the mom, like, even though Casey doesn't want to be the mom, but every time her mom may have known something that she wouldn't have, it's a competition.
Yeah. And it kind of reminds me of Tisha and Harley. Like, they say that narcissists will see their children as an extension of themselves instead of their own person.
Yes, you're absolutely right. But her mom is concerned about this because she's thinking at this point, she may have been writing a list of food Kaylee eats for whoever has Kaylee.
Right. Okay. Let's see now.
Got 1 minute.
I know.
What do you want to say to us?
That I love you. And that I miss you. And, you guys stay as strong as possible.
We are, Casey. Our whole life's turned upside down looking for this little girl.
I know. Trust me, if I could be out there with you, I would be in a heartbeat. Trying to help take the strain off of you, trying to find her. That's all I want to do.
Shaking her head left and to right. Shaking her head no, which is disagreeing with what you are saying.
I saw it too.
I saw it.
The first time I didn't see it, like the first time until you pointed it out. But that time, I clear as day saw that one.
Oh no. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's I've seen it before. And that's why it's not surprising to me to see this battle of when I know Cindy is taking that mom role, but doing her best while her daughter is the actual mom. She's co-parenting with her, even though it's not really co-parenting, but Cindy primarily took care of Kaylee,
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking. It really is. Yeah, no, it wasn't, I'm proud of her, right? It was competitive, jealous. So do I like that too, Mom. This isn't about you, Casey.
She's almost the size of me.
Yeah. Even though because I'm so small.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's all I want to do.
We're going to see her little face again.
I pray to God every day that we do.
She's asking.
Casey.
Oh, sorry, but let me just jump back. That was Cindy asking. We're going to see her little face again. I pray to God we do, Casey says. And listen to Cindy, Casey, like she's pleading with her. Tell me we're going to see her little face again, which shows you again subconsciously. Cindy knows. I feel like a lot of Billy Joe energy. there. But dad in the back, again, don't forget what her current allegations are. Never once is it eyeing dad. Never once. Can you put dad on the phone, right? Let me talk to him. Dad knows. Retired homicide detective. He knows. But listen to Cindy plead to Casey. That was heartbreaking.
That's all I want to do.
We're going to see her little face again.
I pray to God every day that we do.
Casey.
Oh.
More of that head shake, too.
Yes. But Casey, like, reassure me we're going to see her. That's them doubting. Oh, my heart breaks.
Hello
we
again.
have 45 more minutes. They've been so gracious to give us the whole 45 minutes.
They're being generous today.
Wow.
Why the fuck are you so happy?
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
I'm
Look
sorry,
at her.
you're in the same clothes. This isn't a different day. Yes, Nanya. So her current narrative and what they presented at trial, but what she has stuck with and even spoken out more about on the Peacock series, is dad was sexually abusive to her entire life, and her brother. Okay, both. Please, that is not fact. That is what her narrative is, and she was doing everything to protect Kaylee, and she believes he started abusing Kaylee. And the last time she saw Kaylee was her cold, wet, limp body, after most likely drowning in the pool, in her dad's arms. And her dad reassured Casey, she's going to be fine. She's going to be fine. And so all of this time, she believed Kaylee was still alive. And she was waiting for her dad to return her. That is what you need to keep in mind watching all of these calls, because dad is retired homicide. He smelt that car. It's a smell he will never forget or mistaken. Decomposing body, okay? And he knew. And that's why poor Cindy over here is doing everything to figure out every little detail, because even though in her heart she knows, in her mind she doesn't want to know. And her daughter is a liar, and she's holding on faith that maybe she left Kaylee with someone because she was irresponsible like that. Maybe this food menu was her, that probably gave her hope, believing that you're giving that to someone to provide food for Kaylee, right? But her dad knows. Her dad knows, and I don't think he's even really expressing that to his wife at this point, because that's a hard thing to kind of like say to Cindy. But where is that energy? Where is she looking at dad saying, dad, what the hell's going on? Like, I'm in jail. Where's Kaylee? Like, you told me she was going to be fine. Where is she? Help. Nothing. And thank you, FOS. The head shake when are we going to see her again? Her body told us, no, you won't. Thank you so much. Exactly. The body language is so big in this.
Okay, question before we continue. So I knew he wasn't a law enforcement officer, but he was a homicide detective?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. He knew. But that's the narrative we're going to see in trial, as if he knew how to get away with it. What they did in trial was so heartbreaking, Allie. Like, prepare yourself. It really, you will watch a defense go in the direction to butcher this family, like to get Casey out. And to know that, I feel like they rolled over and took it to save their daughter. And to this day, she's going around pushing this narrative. Yeah, and Cindy was a RN. I'm sorry, I didn't mention that either.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I just jump back whenever I pause it, just so we always have full context, and it just jumps out, I think 5 seconds. I'm not sure.
I think everybody wants an end to all of this.
Oh, of course.
Okay. I have to ask.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did Kaylee ever stay at Tony's?
No.
Now, Tony was her current boyfriend. Okay. Did Casey ever stay at Tony's? No. Okay.
Are you sure?
Positive. We'd hung out over there, but she'd never stayed. No.
Okay. Tony
her
admitted
looking
to
down.
Lee that there's drugs in his home. Could this be related to something like that?
No, it's not.
Okay, just had to ask, sweetheart.
No, his roommates smoke weed, but no.
Okay.
Who texts this girl?
It's one of the big reasons. One, Kaylee would never stay over there. Two, I wouldn't have Kaylee just stay at anybody's house.
I know you wouldn't. That's why I had to ask.
I know, that's fine.
Okay. Oh, besides Lee and Dad and I, has anybody else visited you?
Yeah, Patrick Bourgeois. He was friends
Who's
with Mike
that?
Walker. Do you guys remember Mike Walker? Dad, from track.
Well, why? How did he get?
He came and saw me yesterday about
What?
9 o'clock, 9:10 in the morning.
Yeah.
He was the first person that had actually come up to see me as far as a phone.
Who? Mike Walker's friend from track. Girl, she was all over the place.
Visiting you in jail? Oh my God.
He was the first visitor ever. And that's why her parents are like, what? Like, before them? But listen to her pep up, right? Oh, yeah, no, he came and visited me because that's her. She was just party mentality. That's all she cared about. And her parents, we're trying to find Kaylee. Look at our shirts, okay? And he was able to get in before us?
Oh my goodness gracious.
I know. It's crazy, man.
Still hoeing around in damn jail. Jeez.
Yep.
Phone calls concerned. He just wanted to basically tell me that I have friends on the outside. Mike passed on a message telling me that he hopes that I'm okay, to keep my head up. And he said that a bunch of other people from high school all just wanted me to know that that, you know, that they were behind
Patrick?
me. Bourgeois. The spelling, I'm gonna butcher it terribly, but at least that he's been trying to contact him like through emails and stuff, and I told him that's someone, you know, that he can talk to, because I know he's more than willing to help in whatever way he can, and that's even what he told me. You know, he's gonna try to write me and get other people to write me to try to keep my spirits up. So, I mean, I was very short with him, you know, not really knowing what to say at that point, but I mean, I definitely appreciated his visit, and that's even what I told Lee. I wanted to make sure that he knows that, how much I appreciate him coming to see me. So that meant a lot, especially from someone that I know I haven't talked to in the last 4 years since high school.
Now look at Cindy. Again, I just want you to notice that, and I know I'm repeating it, but I just want you to notice the difference between a mom whose child is missing and is supposed to be concerned versus a grandma, right, whose granddaughter is missing. She is hanging on. Even every new name that you are saying is completely unrelated, you haven't seen in 4 years. Write this down. Write this down. She is trying to search every effing avenue. Every avenue.
It's super messed up, like, because all of that, you know, she's doing it to her parents. Not only did she hurt her daughter, you know, most likely, as far as a lot of people think, because I can't even say myself, I haven't seen all the evidence, but how it appears with her lies and everything else. And then she's hurting them too. And her brother, don't forget, threw him under the bus too.
Oh, I'm interested in watching that video call tomorrow, because they're both her abusers, right? And this is going to be a one-on-one call with Lee. And yes, there was a call also, I don't know if we'll get to it tomorrow, but with her family where she freaked out at her friends or something. I do remember that. I forgot specifically, but she like snaps, but it's recorded too. So we'll get to that.
Oh, is there a Tia Torres in our neighborhood? There's a Tia Torres.
Tia Torres.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who a lot of the people are that live in our neighborhood outside of...
Well, I forget who she told, but she told someone that I was hospitalized recently with a mental condition.
Wow. I'm glad I'm not on the outside.
Sorry, I'm not laughing. I'm mad she's laughing because that probably came from you, Casey.
Yeah, it probably did. And look at her.
Mm-hmm.
She thinks
it's funny.
yeah.
With a mental condition.
Wow.
Wow.
Glad they're not on the
Serious.
outside. I'm
Oh,
really
you'd be
glad I'm not out there.
you'd be surprised the crap that's coming. You know
I know,
that
Mom,
people
but see,
think
that's
that
just
they.
it. I'm not surprised at the crap that's coming. That's another reason I don't want to hear any of this media bullshit. People want to have their face on the news, want to have their 2 seconds of fame. I never once wanted to be on TV or to have anything, period, let alone it be the worst catastrophic thing that could happen, not only to myself, but to our family.
Oh, what about to Kaylee?
Yeah.
To Kaylee, ma'am? Not to you. Jeez.
I'm
I mean,
sorry,
it doesn't
but this.
surprise me what people
Oh,
are going to do or say.
Go ahead.
No, that's okay. That's okay. It just doesn't at all seem like somebody who knows their child is out there somewhere and obviously in a dangerous situation. You know what I mean? At all.
Right. And even entertain for 1 second what her current narrative is to be true. Where is the emotion? Even if I want to entertain your version of bullshit events, why aren't you emotional?
I had seen by the
Sorry.
oh
I keep doing it. Sorry.
it's okay. I wasn't on the screen, so I couldn't see as well. I was just going to tell you because I was looking for it. Her parents' attorney, I believe, I'm trying to find the link, had said that, her recent social media emergence is basically BS and that she can't tell the truth for to save her own life. She can't tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And she sees Gypsy Rose. Man, I really believe she saw Gypsy Rose and is like, if she could get away and make the money she's making, it's my time to come out. And I did take a look at the Substack today, Allie, and to see how many people are commenting support, saying, I always believed in your innocence. I won't comment on TikTok because people attack me, which I'm not saying you should attack people, but like I couldn't
yeah,
believe how many people said that they always believed her. What?
I know. It's crazy because there's a lot of support for her over there. Now, there's a lot that don't too, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Michelle, it's bad.
Well, there's only a few people, Casey, because everybody that knows you, the thing that they're saying most is that you're the mom of the group. You're the one that always takes care of everybody else.
That's how it's always been. It's the truth.
I know, because you're a lot like me.
I'm a lot like you. You're exactly right. And that's what people have said. They're like, wow, your mom's a real spitfire. People have been talking you up like crazy, and they're like, I wouldn't piss her off. No, you wouldn't. They would respect you more than anyone else.
All I'm trying to do is find Kaylee for both of us.
Oh, I know.
For all of us. And I'll do whatever it takes.
I feel the exact same way. That's exactly what I've been saying. I don't care what I have to do. When I told them I would lie, I would steal, I would do whatever by any means to get her back. That's exactly how I feel. It's the truth.
That's her covering up for the lies she's already told and been charged with at this point. Because she has to make it seem like, yeah, I lied, but I lied for her. Okay.
Casey, we have to find her before her 3rd birthday.
Mom,
that's coming up fast.
I know, we have a couple weeks.
I don't want to wait another minute.
Mom,
want to wait another.
Listen to her. We have a couple of weeks. No rush. No rush, Mom. We have a couple of weeks before her 3rd birthday. No rush finding her. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God. Even when I think about like Summer Wells or Sebastian, these kids that have been missing, and I worry, what are they experiencing if they are still out there? I'm a stranger. Like, as a parent, aren't you? Okay.
We have a couple of weeks, Mom, before her 3rd birthday. Every day is she knew. That is how it's a telltale sign she already knew the ending to this story. So the concern you would anticipate to see from a mom where 1 minute without their child must be a fucking eternity. Okay. But in Casey's mind, we have a couple of weeks until her 3rd birthday. It's not a big deal, Mom.
Unbelievable, truly.
Unreal.
Casey, we have to find her before her 3rd birthday.
Mom, I
That's
know
coming up fast.
I know we have a couple weeks.
I don't want to wait another minute, let
I don't want to
alone.
wait another minute. I want her to be found whether I'm still stuck in here or not. I don't care.
Up.
I
Look
think
at
once she-
that head shake. Look at the blinks. Okay. And look at the head shaking and adjusting herself in that seat. When it's silent, especially, it's more pressure to kind of respond. You do not like, you looked at it as we have a couple of weeks until her 3rd birthday. Cindy looked at it as I don't want to wait one more effing minute. Okay.
Yeah.
But look at Casey's shift. Okay. I want to find her too. No, you don't. Your body is literally screaming something different.
Another minute. I want her to be found whether I'm still stuck in here or not. I don't care.
I think once she's found, then you can tell everybody what you know, and you'll be released.
Oh,
Don't you
Yep.
think?
Look at that eye movement.
Potentially, I don't know.
Potentially, I don't know. Right. You do know. You do know. That is why anytime Cindy even puts something like that forward, it doesn't bring you the idea of relief or hope because you know what happens when she's found. Yeah, even if she's stuck in there, because some weird way in Casey's mind, if she's there, it means it helps Kaylee being found. I don't know what the hell she's thinking.
Don't you think?
Potentially, I don't know. Yuri has it set in his mind that I've done something.
Well, he thinks you guys did something to Kaylee.
Hey, can you hold on for a second?
Yeah, well, don't waste our time.
I'm not going to. I'll be right back.
he thinks you guys did something to Kaylee.
Yuri is the detective. If you remember, Allie, during the investigation when she was talking to detectives and she's like, yeah, I got a phone call that day. And he's like, did you give that to Yuri? And she's like, yeah, I gave that all to Yuri. Remember?
No, I didn't remember the name, but I'm glad
It's just a unique name. That's why I remember it. Because I imagine like a big Russian guy. I don't know why. Like Yuri. And Yuri
Yeah, it is
isn't
unique.
Russian, but like just like a big Yuri. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's like a big Yuri.
Yeah, like a big Yuri. You give that to Yuri? Yeah, I gave it to Yuri. Okay. Yuri thinks you did something. I don't blame Yuri whatsoever.
Yeah,
Why would she do
Yuri's
that?
right. Why would she do that?
That's not right. Now they're taking her.
See? Look, they're in the visiting room with just the screen.
Huh.
What the hell is that?
Oh, poor Cindy. She's never even seen a jail before. What the hell was that? That was a door shutting, Cindy. Hey, Shay.
She's like, what is going on?
I know, she's so concerned. Thank you, FOS all day. Thank
I have
you.
a hard time reading George. Sorry, Melissa.
Yeah.
To do that.
No, I get that, and we don't hear much from George yet, but the way I see it is he is trained. I think, again, he knows, and right now, because again, he doesn't hear any of it unless he's on the phone, which he's been very minimally on the phone. But I think he's there, and his priority is to be a support for his wife.
Yeah. I could see
And
that.
probably internalizing everything he knows as a detective and the struggle of this is his child now and his grandchild.
Yeah, and he certainly doesn't seem like anxious or on edge or
No.
anything.
No, what are you saying? Hey, I can't hear any of this. Are you going to tell your mom and spill the beans about what you're claiming I did to Kaylee? No, nothing? Okay.
Yeah.
And he passed a lie detector. We're going to get into all of it. Look at Cindy. Bless her heart. She is like this. She's out of her element.
Yes.
Look at her. Oh, Bless her. This is the first time she's ever there. Ever in a jail. Oh, can someone help? We're supposed to get a whole nother 42 minutes.
Yeah. Sorry, Cindy. They, it is what it is in there.
Yep.
You got to deal with it.
She's coming.
Oh, those squeaks.
Ugh. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. That's a movable,
Yeah.
partition.
In the back is the visiting area.
What was that all? What was that all about? What was that
I'm
all
under
about?
protective custody. I'm not allowed to be out if there's other people around, if there's other inmates.
Oh, so
So I
they
have to go
had
back to my cell. Yeah.
Okay, so there's other people there.
Well, right now, no. There's no other inmates out.
Okay.
But if there's another inmate that has to come in, I have to go back and
I
be
gotcha.
behind the
I
closed
gotcha.
door. So
I gotcha.
it's for my own
It's okay.
protection.
Well,
Yeah.
Casey,
No,
you
but
know
that's what I'm saying.
none of it.
I appreciate it in every way possible.
Okay. Have you spoken with the psychologist or psychiatrist yet?
Every single day.
Okay.
And that's who
Are
I
you,
was talking to when I was sitting at the table.
are you able to freely speak with her, or is that recorded?
No, it's not recorded.
So do you feel like you can open up to her?
No.
Okay. Understood.
We've talked about how I feel about
Poor
things, but I'm
Cindy.
not opening up to someone that I don't know. The only person that I have would be Jose. I mean, for obvious reasons, he's someone that I know that I need to trust, that I've started to trust. And
Are you able to be in the same room with him, or do you have to do
yeah,
like
no,
what we're
we
doing?
have open meetings.
Okay.
Most of the time he can get my cuffs off at least, so that way I'm still chained at my feet most of the time. But no, it's in contact. Him and I sitting at the same table, and it's just us. So
Well, that's good that you get that personal contact with the outside
he
a little
fought for that completely.
bit. I know.
So it's nice to have that contact, and I know that there's no way I can see you guys in person. That's something that I've asked time and time again, but I know that there isn't a single inmate that's allowed that right whatsoever, unless it's someone that's involved within the police department or an attorney.
Okay. Dad said he has a couple of things he wants to talk to you about, honey.
Okay.
Hang on.
Okay, so again, Dad, keep that
Mhm.
narrative in your mind. Let's see. And even aside from the narrative, lifetime of abuse, he was the last person, saw your child. He has the answers. As far as she's claiming, he has all the answers of Kaylee's whereabouts.
Yeah.
I know this might be a tough thing to answer,
No, go ahead.
but did you borrow something from anyone or remove it without their permission that Kaylee might be being held for?
No.
Very direct question, which that's what I think Cindy was thinking, that there was a chance that you may have, because she has a history of theft, guys. She's in there also for theft. She was stealing from her own parents. So did you steal something from the wrong person and now Kaylee is being held? I think that they thought that was a very viable possibility, at least Cindy.
Yeah. Never mind.
I know that's a tough question, sweetie, but I just need to ask you.
It's not a tough question, Dad. I mean, Mom
Well-
knows the stuff that I had taken from her. We discussed that, on numerous occasions. And with Amy, I mean, I feel guilty about that. I feel extremely guilty, but I was under a time of desperation.
Your child was missing and you come out and you fucking take your friend's checkbook. Desperation.
Yeah. And also, I was going to say, but I just forgot what I was going to say right before, so I didn't speak. But when Cindy asked her, can you speak freely to this person? And
Right.
before Jose, she really is believing that Casey can't tell everything she knows
Yes.
because she's scared.
Yes. It's really sad. She wants so desperately for her child to share and so that they could hopefully find Kaylee. And she's
Yeah.
trying to figure out possibilities. Can you share it with her? Can you share it here? You know, like it's really sad.
Yeah, it is. It's emotional abuse for
Yep.
sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean by that with time of desperation? I don't understand.
Like I said to you, well, I said to Mom, and Lee and I have spoken, and he advised me of something which is very smart. The written contact will be better than anything that's going to be recorded, since we can't speak openly, freely in person.
Okay. Well, I don't want to take time then going into anything else, and I want you to know, is there something that I can do for you, sweetie? I mean, I want you out of here.
I know.
I mean,
I want me out of here too, as quickly as possible. But at the same time, I know that until we get the bond lowered as much as possible, which is probably going to take a lot, the police aren't going to drop any charges. That's pretty evident.
Well, can I share something with you?
Yeah.
The longer and longer this drags on,
The harder it's going to be.
There's going to be maybe additional things that might hit everyone, and I don't want to get into that with you, but it's getting very, very crucial that we've got to get you out of here. If I could get you out of here right now, I would. But I want.
Remember earlier when you said it was interesting that he was trying to get her to speak to detectives? I think he knew, and I think he knew how this most likely was going to end, and he wanted to avoid even additional charges. And you don't realize how much worse this is getting.
Yeah. I don't even know what I think. I'm still taking it all in of what he thought.
It's a lot.
That we've got to get you out of here. If I could get you out of here right now, I would. But I want Kaylee back too.
That again, Kaylee is my concern. If I have to stay in here, outside of that, if I can get out and then have to come back, I'll deal with whatever I have to myself. That in regard to me,
well,
I want to be out.
I want you to know I want to take your pain away from you. So you can tell me anything.
I know that, Dad.
I miss you, sweetie.
I know.
But he knows, right? He knows.
Yeah.
That makes sense, Allie.
Yeah, and what he's basically saying, I think, is like, hey, if you did something, tell me. You can tell me.
And he asked the same question both times he got on the phone. Is there anything I can do? And I think that's more personal to him. And I think he's, with his profession, not to get away with it versus if I need to get this ball rolling with, all right, she wants to talk, she wants to tell you what happened. I think that's what he means. Like,
oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, come forward now before this gets worse. He knows, but he doesn't want to openly also say that in front of Cindy because that's God, look at Cindy. This is the stare of, like she so intently she's holding on to any hope.
It's so sad because she almost has like nothing in her eyes. You know what I mean? It's like you said, like this stare.
Well, imagine looking at your own child. You carried her, you birthed her. That's your baby. But at the same time, she's lying and you're trying to desperately analyze her, and that there's lies, but you also can't openly address the lies. You're being recorded. Like, that's hard.
Yeah.
I miss you, sweetie.
I know that. I miss you too.
I wish I could have been a better dad and better grandpa,
You've been a great dad and you've been the best grandfather. Don't first.
Oh, what?
Huh.
What? It's disgusting. Sorry, it's disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
What she then came out and not only abused her, but Kaylee.
Yeah, and she said, don't for a sec. I think she's going to say, don't say that for a second. Yeah. Oh, okay. But you're willing to just toss him right under the damn bus to get your grimy little ass out. I can never imagine. My dad is like everything to me. He was so strict. We've had lots of fights growing up because he was strict, and hell, my curfew was 6 for like the first year I was driving, 6 p.m. Okay. But like, He's precious to me. I would never do anything that could hurt him like that. Like, I could never even consider it. I just don't know how you do that.
Allie, where it goes from here to trial, once she found out he testified at the grand jury, everything changed.
She was like out for vengeance.
Oh yeah. But no, yes, and it was disgusting. I'm sorry, I could not imagine throwing the accusations that she put. And again, keeping an open mind, he was the last one that held Kaylee. He has all the answers. Where is that energy?
Yeah.
I miss you too.
I wish I could have been a better dad and better grandpa, you know?
You've been a great dad and you've been the best grandfather. Don't for a second think otherwise.
Well, you know,
You and Mom have been the best grandparents. Kaylee's been so lucky. Kaylee is so lucky to have
Oh,
both
look
of
at
you.
Cindy. Oh, look at Cindy. She doesn't even know what's being said. I feel like it's moments like that where she's realizing what's most likely happening. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, my heart breaks.
And she already said that they think y'all did something to Kaylee, whoever y'all is, you guys. But
Yeah.
so I bet you're right. Like, these little pieces are coming together. As much as she probably didn't want to believe it, you know,
Yeah.
you can't help but wonder and think that it's possible with how things are going.
Yeah. Oh.
I can't even put into words how glad I am that she's had both of you. And that she still has both of you.
Oh.
A little
you know,
slip.
it goes without saying.
A little slip, and she had to correct herself there. Huh. Thank you, FOS. Do you think she did it intentionally, neglect, mistake, or something else? I would say it's just a combination of both. Personally, my opinion is that she didn't intentionally seek out to kill her, but she was drugging her, and it went too far this time. So I wouldn't count that as accidental either, you know, but I don't know what you would call that.
I don't know either, because you didn't intend for it to go, you didn't intend to take her life, but
Right.
you didn't accidentally give her the drugs. So
Right.
If that was the case.
To words how glad I am that she's had both of you. And that she still has both of you.
You know, it goes without saying, you know, that our house is empty without both of you there. It's empty.
Cindy.
All the little things we took for granted, we miss them so much.
That's exactly how I feel.
All your little things and all her little things, it hurts. We're not there. Mom and I are just going through the motions, you know?
That night when I told Mom I couldn't be in the house, I knew that I couldn't be there and see that she wasn't there.
I just wish you could have came to me sooner.
I wish I could have come to anyone sooner. I wish that, like I said, that none of this would have happened.
We can't go back of things we could have done or should have done. We just could just say we gotta support each other from here on.
I know that. I love you guys so much. I just want you to know that. I wish I could have said something or have hugged you or at least spent a moment with you the day of the hearing.
I know, sweetie. We felt the same way. I wanted to reach over and hug you and tell you I love you. And to stay at a distance is, even like right here, this is a distance. It's hard to be away from you. You know, to hold your hand, to hug you, it's hard. It's hard. But we're trying everything we can to get the little girl back. We're trying.
I know you are, guys. I know.
It's 24 hours a day, you know?
I know.
Mom wants to
But if
speak to you again.
I know. Dad, if I can't be there myself, I would rather it be you guys than anyone else.
Okay.
I want you to...
I would rather it be you than me.
If I can't what? What is she?
If I can't be there myself because she's in jail. I would rather it be you guys than anyone else for Kaylee.
Well, yeah, well, if he was such an abuser, then that wouldn't be the case. But I zoned out on Cindy. She's so defeated. I just can't
I know.
even. Oh,
It's your heart's breaking, right? Like,
yeah.
yeah, it's hard.
Jeez.
You didn't know that.
All right. Well, here's Mom.
You know, I got threatened the other day by Detective Melich about they were going to send a squad car to visit Grandpa regarding the date, because it's the 15th that, we tape recorded Grandpa. And I felt just a teeny bit of what you may be going through, Casey, about trying to protect someone that you love so much. So I want you to know I don't know where you're coming from, as far as I don't know the circumstances. But I know the mother that you are and the person that you are. And I know you're doing whatever you need to do to protect. I hope
Who?
you're just protecting Kaylee. Don't worry again about protecting your dad or me or Lee. You understand?
I think she's just trying to come from a different angle right now, and she's trying to feel it out. Like, okay, like I understand how I felt when my dad, like they were basically threatening. And so if that's what you're doing, okay, I don't understand the circumstances. I don't know where the hell you're at. But if that's what you're doing, don't, like we're fine. I think she's just trying to come from a different angle.
Yeah, okay, because I'm like, does she really believe that she's just holding all this back to protect? Like, is she that snowed by her, fooled by her?
I think she knows she's a liar, but I think the opposite is so hard to possibly accept that she doesn't want to. You know what I mean? It's easier for
Yeah.
her to entertain that than it is for the other possibility. And I believe that she doesn't think that her daughter would necessarily set out to kill her, versus, God, she's jumping around. She's so irresponsible. Who'd you leave him with? Who'd you steal from? Something. I think she didn't think it would be what it was, versus she knows, and the possibility of Kaylee being alive, and just she's with the wrong people.
Yeah.
And thank you, Kathy, for 16 months. Remember that a lot happened before June 16th. Yeah. And we're gonna take and I know that they show it in trial too. What Casey was doing during those 31 days.
Yeah, because I don't know. But
Oh, Allie. Oh, Allie. Oh, Allie. It is disgusting.
I'm sure I'll be furious. I'm already.
You're gonna be furious.
We can handle anything. I believe that. Okay. All right.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to walk away again for a second.
Okay,
I'll be right back.
All right, babe. Anytime you make things to him, she has to leave. She has to be isolated.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, the phone's all wet.
Yeah. No, she already said she was eating. He wanted to know if you were eating. I'll tell him.
I ate coleslaw today. Tell him I ate coleslaw.
Well, you're probably eating a lot of things you never used to eat before, because when you're hungry, you'll eat.
I hated bologna. I've been eating bologna and cheese on occasion. Grits, I don't do grits at all. It's terrible.
Well, you know what? You're going to eat what's in front of you.
No, not really. Still won't touch certain gravy outside of yours or Grandma's.
Well, you better eat a little something, honey, because you're getting really thin. You're getting thinner.
I've been
I know,
thin,
but
Oh, Allie. She's more insulted at the implication that she hasn't always been this thin. Can you imagine?
No. Getting thin? Are you
Yeah.
serious?
I've always been this thin. Wow. God, she's so I can't.
Yeah.
Really thin. You're
Getting
getting thinner.
I've
I
been
know,
thin, but
No, but Casey, you're a lot thinner.
well, I'm only eating 3 meals a day. They're very small.
What?
That's, what we're given, so I can't eat all day. I can't walk around and snack like I normally do. I'm not putting in probably 3,500 calories.
Yeah.
I'm drinking juice that has no real juice in it, no sugar. So,
It's good.
tell me what's in that.
It's water, flavored water.
No, it's juice.
Is it?
Ish. Tastes like juice. Oh, man.
No sugar added juice is
At
just
least
real
now I have more
juice.
stuff to look forward
I know. Wasn't that a little contradicting? That's why her mom was like, "Oh, flavored water." No, it's real juice, but not real juice. Okay. All right. It shows how much Casey knows, but okay.
Yeah.
to every day. The potential to get a chance to talk to you guys, to at least see you this much. Besides a shower every couple days and crappy food.
Wow.
And the inconsistent visit with Jose, but at least, it's something.
Yeah, he's supposed to be coming this afternoon.
That's what I figured. He usually comes after 7:30, between 7:30 and 10.
I think he's going to try to come in.
Well, that's good. I'm at least going to get a shower after I'm done with you guys, so. I know he was putting in an appeal for the bond. Do you know what will happen with that? Have you heard anything from him?
No, he said it might not be till next Wednesday before the final on that.
Okay.
So it could be a while.
Right?
Yeah,
FOS?
we never really got a full description of Zanny. I know she's got brown curly hair.
About shoulder length. She wears it straight.
It's curly.
It's curly, but she also wears it straight. This is what I'm telling you. It's called a straightener, remember? She's the one that gave me my straightener.
That's true. Okay. How tall is she?
About 5'7"-ish. She's just like maybe an inch or two shorter than Dad, so 5'6", 5'7". Very thin, maybe a little bit more meat than me, about 140-ish. Fairly tan. Brown eyes. No tattoos that I've ever seen that I know of. I've seen her in a bathing suit, so unless it's something beyond that.
Well, I would think if anybody around her knew her, they would have come forward by now.
That's what I'm thinking. That's even what I told Jose. If it was anyone that especially has known me, that knows Kaylee, that at least knows of us.
Did anybody ask you to describe her and they did a composite drawing of her?
Not once. And when they went and interviewed that girl down in Kissimmee, they never showed me a picture of her. They never searched.
Okay, now they told us that. Well, they told us that you couldn't pull her out of a lineup.
They're full of shit.
Oh, you couldn't pull her out of a lineup, Miss Ma'am. This woman from Kissimmee. But they're full of shit. Okay.
No, Casey, you're shit. You literally dragged an innocent woman into this who had nothing to do with it.
Yep.
And stood on it.
Yep.
I had told them multiple times, find a sketch artist, show me pictures, show me something. I can point her out to you.
Okay, well, you make sure Jose does
I've
that
told
today.
Jose this. I've told him to pull in a sketch artist.
Okay.
I've told Jose that multiple times. I've given him and also Gabriel, his associate, the same information I've given you. It's the same information that I gave to the police. They never searched by her full name. They searched by Zenaida Fernandez or Zenaida Gonzalez, never by her full name.
And it's Z-E-N.
Zenaida. I don't think she has a middle name. There was never a middle name on anything that I remember seeing. And I know she went by both last names. She always has. Since she was younger, since her mom remarried.
So Flores Gonzalez, and you don't know what her stepdad.
Fernandez Gonzalez.
But you don't know what Fernandez Gonzalez.
I think her dad's first name is Victor. Her
So
stepdad, or
confident
that
with
could
the
be her real
lies.
dad. But I
Yep.
remember her saying Victor. Victor and
So
Gloria
Victor-
were her parents.
Victor and Gloria are her parents, but they're separated or divorced.
They are as of now, yeah. That was her
They're
stepdad.
divorced.
But I know she has a lot of money. That's where she got the car from.
So Victor's her stepdad.
That's her stepdad.
So his last
As
name
far
would
as I'm
be.
concerned.
She has a lot of money, but she's babysitting random kids on the side. Seems like a young, attractive girl, too, but okay.
His last name wouldn't be Gonzalez then.
I think it would actually be Fernandez because, as far as I know, with Spanish last names, it's the father's first name, then the mother's last name.
Yeah, but Victor is his stepdad, right?
Yep.
She has his last name
Oh, okay.
and her mother's last name.
Oh, he adopted her?
He adopted her. He legally adopted her, yes. Where? I'm not sure.
Okay. You don't know where he's living?
No.
And I thought you said Zanny had a sister.
Her sister's name is Samantha. She has the whitest name possible. They have different dads.
You don't know what her last name is.
No, I do not.
And you said Samantha's a student.
She was a student at UCF, yes. But I can't
don't
remember
know
her
when.
last name. I know that she was within the last 12 months.
Is she older or younger?
She's older.
By a couple years or?
Roughly a year and a half.
Okay. All right, babe. Anything else you can think of? Did Xana ever talk about taking Kaylee to the beach or doing anything
She told me that they went out to Coco a couple different times
with Kaylee?
with Kaylee. Remember all the places that I was telling you about?
Uh-huh. Yes.
Those were all the places that I've been told that they've been.
Okay.
I told Lee that he needs to talk to you and get a list
Okay.
of places. That's a good start.
The ones over the last month.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Boat is actually this story out on a boat.
That was a story I had been told, yes. Was I there? No.
Okay. And you don't know who she could be with?
No.
Could Jeff ever look preppy looking?
Yeah, that's how he always dressed, was very preppy.
Do you think he would have ever worn like a horn-rimmed glasses or something?
To the best of my knowledge, he's never worn glasses.
Okay.
But he primarily would wear like reasonably tight jeans, fitted jeans, a polo shirt, something nice. He always dressed very nicely.
Okay. And you don't know where Jeff's sister's last name or anything is?
Her married name, no. I can't think of it offhand.
Okay.
Oh, man.
And what about Zanny's roommates?
I haven't heard anything from either of them, but I've
Of
given
course.
everyone names. If you want to write down their names as well, I've given them to the police, which they
Okay.
never did anything
What was-
with.
Go ahead.
Raquel. Raquel is the first one. RAQ. U
Okay.
EL.
E-L.
Her last name is Farrell. FARRELL.
Now, who worked for the ABC company? Distribution.
Jennifer. Jennifer's her
Yep.
second roommate. Raquel supposedly had worked there for a short time herself.
But you don't know when.
I don't know when. Jennifer, I know, had worked there within
It's
the
a-
last year.
It's the ABC distribution catalog, right?
Yes.
But you don't know Jennifer's last name.
Her last name is Rosa. Rosa.
Okay. When's the last time you saw Raquel and Jennifer?
Oh wow. Easily a month and a half, 2 months ago, maybe.
Again, that's the time Kaylee went missing.
For both of them, are they still roommates?
I have no idea.
Okay, but they're both from this area.
They've at least lived in this area. I don't know where they are outside of this.
Okay. Okay. You don't know where Raquel worked?
No. I know that she was a student. She'd served at a couple different restaurants.
But you don't know what restaurant?
She'd said a Fridays. I don't know which one
But
or
local?
when this was. It could have been local. It could have been somewhere else. I don't know.
Okay.
There was never anything specific.
Cindy's trying, man.
From families of decent amounts of money, which is why they didn't have to have substantial jobs.
Okay.
Is there anything else Dad can think of?
I don't know. Okay. I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize. It's good to actually see you guys smile a little bit.
Dad was out sweating, working, doing flyers and stuff. I had to.
He stinks.
And
I
then we
haven't
had-
showered in 2 days.
We got a flat tire on as we were getting off the expressway. My car tire went flat.
Hey, guess what? That happened to me.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
Wasn't even interested in the flyers. I haven't showered for 2 days. Well,
I know.
not
And it's like
interested.
no sympathy for your elderly parents who are raising you and your daughter.
Yep.
Dad's been working, doing flyers out in the heat, sweating. This is Florida in the summertime. You know it's hot. Then they get a flat tire on the freeway. That happened to me.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh, God.
And there's 12 minutes left of this. And I'm hooked. I'm hooked, and I can't wait to watch the rest tomorrow on your channel. But
No, we can finish it. Let's just finish it.
yeah, no, we're gonna finish this. I'm saying
Oh,
but
okay,
the
yeah.
rest, because Lee came first, so Lee came before this, and then there's another interview with them.
Yes.
I mean, phone call with them. But she wasn't even interested in the flyer. Oh, thank goodness for the flyers, right? She's not interested in that. She doesn't. God.
I know. It's crazy. Very self-centered, selfish ass little girl. She sounds like a damn teeny bopper. And okay, good. I'm like, wait, no, we have to finish this now. I need to see the end.
I know.
But, with her brother, I am very excited to see how does he act. And he's, I guess, making a list of all these people and places he needs to search.
Well, and you know that energy is different with siblings versus parents and stuff, so it's nice to see how her energy will be like with him. But then again, another one of her abusers.
Yeah.
Right, the lies just flew out so easily without even giving a thought. And I'm so sorry for your loss, Jamie, but I couldn't handle to have him missing. And not, I know.
I agree with you guys. A couple people had put that in the chat about how fast the lies come, and it's pretty shocking because they just come right out. They, like I said earlier, they literally roll right off the tongue like it's nothing.
Well, she also was an established liar. Like, that's what is hard about this, is that she had already been lying very easily. Like,
Right.
always stealing, always getting in trouble, always lying. That's why it's really hard for Cindy, because she's always had to deal with her daughter lying, and who knows which lies are this time,
Yeah, and how does your mind even think of them that fast though? Because when I would try to get one over on my parents, I'd be so damn obvious. Would look obviously like I'm lying. They would know, I just don't know how I guess with continued practice and stuff. And yeah, I don't know.
I get so uncomfortable. And I explained a story once how my mom had come to me and asked me if I took a mascara. This was a very, when I was younger, but she had asked me if I took a mascara from her bag, and I didn't. But because I was so uncomfortable, I'm smiling and I'm laughing because I feel this over need to convince you I didn't, because I didn't. Okay. But then she started thinking I did because I'm smiling and like, why are you, like, and I'm like, no, I'm just so uncomfortable. Now, 12 hours later, she figured out there was a hole. You ever get a hole in your pocketbook and it kind of something slides
Yeah.
between, yeah, like the lining and that.
Uh-huh.
She found it there and she had apologized, but I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, I was smiling not because I was guilty versus I'm so uncomfortable and now you're confronting me. And I really didn't, but yeah, I wouldn't be good with lying anyway, because already even when I'm not lying, I look like I'm lying. Like, it's bad.
It's hilarious. And then she finds it in the lining, which
In the damn lining. And I've had things go missing in my pocketbook the same way, like that you find a hole and it's like, that's where it went,
yeah.
I'm like, I didn't, I swear I didn't. She really thought I did, but I didn't. Yeah, some people are just good, but here's the problem. I think Casey got very used to lying so easily, but in a setting like this, same with Tisha, now every lie you say, ultimately it's going to be a whole investigation. It's going to be followed through, and you can't just make it like you're making it up as you go, but now this time it's going to be proven and you're going to be held solid in those statements that you make.
Yep.
Thanks, Jack. This is to MJ's Disney fund. All proceeds must go to Disney, or I'm contacting a lawyer. JK. Contact Baez, and thank you.
Contact Baez.
Yeah. And no, she can't. Double jeopardy. She cannot. Crime whores.
Did you know Trenton Duckett's father's been helping us?
That's
You
what
know.
Lee told me. Jose actually told me that he had contacted you.
Yeah, he's been helping us.
That's what I've been told, which I guess it's good. He's maybe a very resourceful person.
Did Lee tell you how much the reward is for finding Kaylee?
No.
Can you imagine?
I haven't heard anything of this, so
It's over 200. I think it's $225,000.
Jesus Christ, that's almost half
That's
my
a
bond.
lot. Well,
wow. What did you just compare that to?
What'd she say? Almost half my what?
My bond.
Oh my God.
That's where your mentality is. Wow, that's almost half my bond. Because that's what she's looking at, money.
Yep. I wonder if she's thinking,
Wow.
like, did the family put up any of that reward? I wonder if she's like,
Yeah, like it could go to me.
Uh-huh.
Half my bond. Fuck you.
I think it's $225,000.
Jesus Christ, that's almost half
That's
my
a
bond.
lot. Well, a lot of people want that little girl found.
Good. The more people, the better. Everyone should want her back.
Well, they do, Casey. Just want you to know there's a lot of people helping. I only get 1 or 2 phone calls a day that that are not nice phone calls, but I get many, many, many phone calls and many people reaching out that just believe in you. They believe in us finding Kaylee. Okay? So keep your head up high. But if you think of anything that could help, don't be afraid.
Oh, I won't hesitate to let you guys know.
You can't be afraid, Casey, of anybody. You got to get that strength from me and your dad and your brother. I know you have it in you. Okay? You need to get that strength inside and do not feel like someone can hang anything over you or anything over us or threaten us because, well, you have said you're protecting this family. You don't need to protect this family. This family's been through a lot.
I know.
Yeah. We love you very, very much.
I know. I love you
Yeah,
guys
Dad wants
too.
to say something too.
I just had a little analogy of our family.
Uh-huh.
Think of me as the thumb. Think of that. The next finger, the index finger is your mom. She likes to point just like Kaylee.
Yeah, but it's with the middle finger.
Okay, the middle finger, I guess, is mom probably. I'm looking at size in the family. You know, the next finger after that is going to be Lee, and then it's going to be you, and then the final, that little pinky, that's Kaylee. So think of that. Think of your hand. Just think, this is us. This is the family that love each other, that cares, and needs to be together.
I
And
know.
and we're missing two fingers.
I'm still here.
As silly as it sounds,
Ah!
I know.
we have you here. We know you.
Allie,
I'm
I'm
still here.
here.
Oh my. Wait, so is Kaylee not?
Right.
Oh my God, you are such a it's more self-centered fucking, oh, what a selfish bitch. But also, like, I don't know, he just reminds me of like a genuine dad. Like, think of your hand,
Right.
you and Kaylee are the two littler ones, and we
Right.
all need to be together.
Like, what about little Pinky Kaylee? It's not a, we
Ugh.
know you're here. He knows you're here. Where's Kaylee, though? You are the route to Kaylee.
I'm still here. Oh my
Oh my
God.
God, man. She doesn't get it. She doesn't get it.
I
And
know.
and we're missing two fingers.
I'm still here.
As silly as it sounds, we have you here. We know you're here, but it's not the same.
I know it's not the same. It's just like I have you guys with me, but it's not the same.
What about Kaylee?
Yeah, you dumbass, you're missing the point.
Every
Oh my
mom,
God.
like, I know, is screaming about this because our the pinky comes first. Chop off the ring finger, save the pinky, right?
Yes.
She's just like, but I'm still here. I'm here. Fuck.
Oh my God. MK, tell us more how you feel, Allie. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize because it screams even when that's not evidence, but I know to us it hello, even
Yeah.
something like that, there's something seriously wrong. Here's a
Yes.
finger reserved just for you, Casey. Oh my God.
I'll tell you, doing everything that's happened so far, there was a lot of hard decisions to make. And we're trying to find a little girl. We're trying.
I know you are.
I mean, all of us have experienced a lot of different things. We've asked so many questions. We've went on emotions, but
Had
if
the
there's
grand
anything
jury
at all
happened
that
yet at this
you
point?
want to share, you got.
No.
Okay.
No, the grand jury had not happened at this point, and this was she would be released again after this.
Okay.
And then arrested again.
Okay, because you know how he says there's a lot of hard decisions or whatever. It just made me think, is that what he means? But okay. Good to know.
You got to share it. Write it down. I mean, I know Mr. Baez is working in your best interest, but
My number
Jim,
one.
let me ask you this: would you be interested in talking to like an FBI guy or something?
Anyone that you guys want to bring in, I'll talk to.
Okay, that's true. That's great news. Okay, here, mom's again. Hold on a second.
See, that's what he
Oh.
wanted.
Uh-huh.
There you go. He knew.
If that's true, that's great news.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, is it just the local police you don't feel comfortable to?
Oh, it's just.
Or is it just the authority in general?
It's those two specific. It's Adams and Melick. Now, Happy Wells, the other
You mean
detective.
Allen and Melick. Uh-huh.
Allen, yeah. Sorry, John Allen and Melick.
Okay.
The other guy that came to the house, I don't know if you remember him very well. He went by Happy. His last name is Wells.
Happy Wells, you want to talk
Happy
to
Wells.
him?
I would speak to him of any of the, the detectives.
Would you speak with him with Jose, or would you speak to him by himself?
I would speak to him alone with Jose. It doesn't matter. We had a lot of conversations when I sat up in the room that day. I just sat in the lobby of the sheriff's department for probably a good 3, almost 4 hours.
Okay.
And Happy and I sat there and we conversed. He was very, very concerned with Kaylee. Wanting to find Kaylee, that was his priority.
Okay.
He's someone that I feel very comfortable talking to.
Okay, so if we can get that arranged today, you'll talk to him.
I would absolutely talk to him. He's someone that I feel would go out of his way to help you guys.
Now, is he a detective or a deputy?
Oh, that's a good question. I know he works within a similar
Was he at the
department.
house? Was he at the house?
He was the other guy that came to the house with.
Which one?
He was the bigger guy that wasn't wearing glasses that came to the house. When the two gentlemen came to pick me up Wednesday morning, he was one of the two guys that came to the house.
Okay.
See if Dad remembers him. But
Okay.
they called him Happy. I know his last name as well, so I know that.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Well, we could probably get that arranged because they're wanting to talk to you, Casey.
Yeah. I don't want someone that's going to tell me that they know that I'm lying, that's going to belittle me, that won't listen to what I'm saying to them. I need someone that will take the information that I'm giving them.
Okay. All right, listen.
Total Tisha, right? I don't want you to question my bullshit lies at all. I want you to take the story and narrative I'm giving you and then go on a wild goose chase.
Yeah, go waste some more time.
Even though I brought you guys already on a wild goose chase and I'm an established admitted liar, but you needed to take what I'm saying, baby me, give zero pushback, and go look.
Yep.
Okay. All right, listen. We're gonna leave when it's at 5 minutes, so we can get out before the media knows, because they're gonna try to get us out a back door. So I want you to know when this goes, we're gonna be leaving quickly.
Okay.
But I'm gonna work on trying to get Happy Wells for you today, if we
That would
can.
be great.
Now, I'm not sure if we should do it alone or if you should have your attorney present.
That's up to you guys. I'm leaving that to your discretion.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Well, I
either
think
way.
you should have your representation.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
Is there anything else you need that you want us to do or say or look, anything? What do you need from us?
I totally look locally, especially.
You sure?
Check places that we're familiar with, that that
Okay.
we know. I mean, it's not going to hurt to look.
Why would someone
don't know where
kidnap
you
your
guys have
child and take them to places you're familiar with? That makes
Great
no sense.
question. They're going to stay locally and they're going to go to places that we're familiar with.
Yeah, where, the park we always go to, check there.
Check that swing, that second swing, the squeaky one. What?
Yeah.
And nobody, even in this local area, has heard of this Zanny, Oh.
Not going to hurt to look. I don't know where you guys have posted things for Kaylee, been able to post pictures or things like that, but
yeah. She said that guy. Dad wanted to know if it was a female officer, but this guy, this Happy Wells, you've already connected with.
Oh, most definitely.
Okay.
Ask Dad if he remembers. He was one of the two guys that came to pick me up Wednesday morning.
One of the ones that picked her up Wednesday morning. Okay. We'll get that.
Okay.
Okay.
God, just know how much I miss you guys.
Oh, we know that. We'll get. The quicker we get Kaylee, the quicker you'll get home too. But Casey, if we don't find her,
real quickly, Bias was paid by a combination of multiple sources. Some came from private donations. A fund was set up for Casey's supporters to cover legal expenses, and then her family believed to have contributed towards her legal defense fund, although there were some indications that they were not the primary financial supporters. Bias himself stated at various points that he took on the case in part due to a personal commitment to defending those who are not well served by the legal system, but it remains unclear exactly how the total funding for his legal representation was raised.
Yeah, sure. No, I'm sorry. He took the case because it was so high profile. He knew he could make a name for himself, and he did. Mm-hmm.
We get Kaylee, the quicker you'll get home too. But Casey, if we don't find her, they're trying to build a case against you, honey.
That's what they've been doing. I know that's the other two detectives' main goal is building a case.
I know, and that's why I'm so frustrated. Because I know they're not
frustrated. That's why I don't want to speak to either of them, because it's not going to do any good. It really isn't.
Well, we'll make it happen with this other person.
Thank you.
And like I said, if we can get, how about an outside source like FBI to talk to you?
If you can get someone outside, that's fine. Bring in whoever, by any means.
Okay.
You and I are on the same page with that. We will do whatever necessary.
Okay. All right, honey. I believe that.
I just want her back.
I know you do.
Oh, you know what I'm going to say.
Your
Your
head
words
shake.
are saying one, but your head shaking no.
And it's like the only time she's shaking her head this whole time.
I know. I know.
All right, honey. I believe that.
I just want her back.
I know you do.
Mm.
You have to keep thinking positive feelings, Casey.
Oh, I know. I have been. I've been staying as positive as I can.
But do you think after this long she'd still be local?
There's a possibility.
What's your gut telling you right now?
My gut's telling me that she's okay.
Okay, and your gut tells you that she's close or she's hiding.
She's not far.
She was a half a mile from the house.
Mm.
Your gut's telling you she's okay. But also look at the way she said she got it like a little nose scrunch. She's not far. And that was true.
That she's okay.
Okay, and your gut tells you that she's close or she's hiding.
She's not far. I know in my heart she's not far. I can feel it.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
God.
Well, we'll see if we can't get a sketch artist and Happy and maybe even FBI to come talk to you.
Have you talked to Ryan? Has he gotten any leads on anything in Jacksonville?
I haven't spoke with him for several days. I don't know if Lee has or not. I kind of haven't really reached out to too many people, except your immediate friends here.
Well, Ryan, again, he's definitely one of those people that you should talk to. So.
Well, I had before, but there wasn't really much to tell him.
Yeah.
So, but like Corey and Sean and Chris,
those guys, yeah,
and all those guys, they feel connected with me to get to you.
Yeah.
Because I think they see you and me and me and you.
Oh, most definitely. Those are guys that I have a long history with, that I've known for 8-9 years.
They're doing everything they can, Casey, to help find Kaylee. And they know that you haven't done anything.
Oh, I know. Those are my big brothers outside of Lee's friends. Those are my other boys.
They're just confused like we all are. And Jose said that you said everything would make sense once we found Kaylee.
Well, yeah, once you have someone that
you told your lawyer everything would make sense once you find Kaylee.
What does that even mean?
What does that even mean? Is right. That's interesting.
We all are. And Jose said that you said everything would make sense once we found Kaylee.
Well, yeah, once you have someone that you can talk to, that you can get a real explanation from, that's known where she's been.
A 2-year-old? Once you could get a real explanation, and that's like Gannon, right? I can't wait for him to come home and you could all give me a sincere apology.
Oh my God, yes.
How is a 2-year-old going to give a real explanation of where she's been and what's happened? No, she never got justice.
Sad.
Once we found Kaylee.
Well, yeah, once you have someone that you can talk to, that you can get a real explanation from, that's known where she's been, it's going to have to make sense at that point. Once we get Kaylee, everything else will figure itself out. Mainly I was meaning for myself, but even as far as where she's been, what's been going on with her.
Oh, is that what you were meaning?
Yeah, she was meaning about herself, not the idea of what the fuck is happening to my kid every moment she is away.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Right. The conversation's so forced. There's so much not being said. The poor parents know. Yeah, they do.
As far as where she's been, what's been going on with her.
Alright.
Do you know what we're looking at as far as time?
Yeah, we're getting close to the end. And you know, as soon as that happens, we're gonna leave, okay?
I know.
Alright, dear.
Just tell Lee that I love him. I didn't get a
He
chance to
knows
again.
that. Your brother has
know.
been a rock for all of us. He has done so much, Casey. You don't know what this family has done pulled together for you.
I've been hearing from some of the officers. They've told me. They've
And
said
then
that
you throw him under the bus.
Oh.
Oh, look at him.
coordinating
Mm.
most everything, and hearing that. Sorry, hearing that the other day, it just. I know.
It's unconditional love, darling.
Oh. And I know, again, I keep saying it, but I might get angry come trial when I see it all again, but it is unconditional love.
Yeah.
And I think you could hate her for what she did to your grandchild, but still love her.
Question, did you exit out of the video?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it was done.
I wonder if, like, at the end, does she sit there for a minute? Because they got right up as soon as they hung up. Like,
Well, because to them, they don't see Casey, they see this. Okay? So it's not like they could still see her. Look.
Unconditional love, darling.
oh, okay.
It was the 5-minute message. But understand they got up because that's how bad media it was. And I think we should probably touch upon that at least a little bit. Sorry, hold on. I think we should touch upon that at least a little bit. You know, before trial starts, Allie, it was bad. Imagine Bullhorn Betty's times a million outside. They were hassling them.
Right.
It was bad.
Mm.
They did get up mighty fast, though, but that's how the media was after them.
They were trying to get out as quick as they could.
Mm-hmm.
Straight to the car.
Yep.
I sent you in
Yeah.
Messenger like a couple screenshots of what their attorney said about her speaking out, and I put the
Ooh.
link to the article, but I just screenshot like each one of his comments. You should read it before we go. It's kind of
Okay.
interesting.
Absolutely.
Yay.
Grab it.
Thank you. I would just read it, but I'm afraid my mic will be gone when I'm off the screen. Yep, look
Yeah.
at her. She sat there and just wiped her tears and her nose. And what's she holding the phone for?
She didn't realize they left. Yeah.
Oh. Oh, you looking back at the camera, Casey?
Yeah, Natasha. Okay. So, woo. Hi. My
It's
whole back.
11:11. We ended at 11:11.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
My background. Hold on. I hate it. It randomly will go out. Okay. So let me pull this up. So it says Casey Anthony not capable of telling truth, former family lawyer. So News Nation, Casey Anthony has joined TikTok, where she has labeled herself a legal advocate. An attorney for her parents has called her social media presence, quote, a bunch of BS. Anthony family lawyer speaks out. Brad Conway represents her parents, George and Cindy Anthony, during the case. He joined News Nation to discuss Anthony's foray into social media. Quote, she's the perpetual victim, end quote, Conway said of Casey Anthony. Quote, but she's always out there pitching her own story, her own sad story. He said her latest step in the public eye. Well, I didn't see that.
I didn't
Nobody.
clip that because it wasn't a quote. It was just like their you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. So it says nobody wants legal advice from somebody who can only offer them advice on how to hide a body and make up ridiculous lies about how it got there, Conway said. What does she have to offer you in terms of actual, credible legal advice? And then who's going to take her seriously? Ooh.
Uh-huh.
Advice on how to hide a body. Oh my God.
Yeah.
People want to know what really happened to Kaylee Anthony. She blamed her father, criminally implicated him in the death of her daughter, he said. She makes sure to let you know she might address it, and that's what brings people in, because that's what they want to know. Conway said Anthony has little to offer the public. What does she have to offer? Nothing other than the truth, Conway said. We know Casey Anthony is not capable of telling the truth. Oh, that's so true, though.
Yeah, it is. What does she have to offer? What can she teach you? How to hide a body and tell ridiculous lies about how it got there?
I'm so eager. Sorry, I was seeing the yeah, because Casey made it appear that the account is not about her parents, but suggested she would comment on things her parents have done. Come on, she's playing on people's curiosity and what happened within the family. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, she'll be honest when Letitia is never. Um,
Yep.
I'm so eager to go into this trial and to really listen to the evidence presented against her, because I'm still mind blown that she walked away. She walked away, and duper's delight, you can't just stay gone. Now you have to come and flaunt it.
Yeah, yeah. And your poor parents are probably still, they're still healing. They'll never be fully healed from
No.
this. And here you are just, I've been an advocate since 2011, since her trial.
Yeah. I don't
Now,
even know if she's allowed to do that. I don't know. But I'm telling you, like, you wait until you watch that Peacock and they're sitting. I'll find that effing scene for you, okay? Because they're all sitting at the damn family dinner table, her private investigator's lawyer. Poor Casey. And I'm telling you, when you allow a liar on that level to get away with it, it's a very dangerous recipe for disaster. We saw it with Tisha. There's something about not holding a liar accountable like that. It will create, they'll always go farther and farther and farther until you're in this type of situation.
yeah. And the thing is that their lies aren't even that, like Tisha and Casey. I think some of their lies are not even believable. People just don't want to deal with them and they're freaking persistent,
Right.
you know? But I'm excited. I just want to say thank you for doing this with me, because I've just not been like, I love to talk about true crime. I love to have for one, I want to know what's going on out there, but I love the psychology behind it, why people do what they do. And I've just not like, I'm not interested in a lot right now as
Yeah.
far as that goes. So I'm thankful that we're doing this because I'm super interested. Oh, yes, on Hulu, I found a thing when I was looking for those articles while we were listening to this. And there's one episode on Hulu of Casey. It's something from Casey Anthony's parents. It's labeled something with Casey Anthony's mom and dad. I don't know,
Hmm.
but it's them, and it's from a couple years ago. Them explaining like what life is like for them now and how they've moved on after. I screenshot it, so I'll send it to you.
Oh, yeah, please do.
So, because we got to watch the Peacock thing and that, because they do those lie detector tests, and I don't know where. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know, but I definitely want to try to watch some of it before we come back tomorrow.
Wow. And Art Deco said that, well, hold on, wait. Her mom, all that, and she threw them under the bus. He said she never said a word about her daughter. Yeah. I didn't, Point of Lover. Rob Dick he was her bodyguard. I'll have to look into all of that. But the media was crazy, and she really was the most hated mom in the world. But they were protesting outside their house. But Cindy and George, like, they set up stands. He tried to take his life. Like, it was
Yeah.
too much. And my heart breaks for them. It really does. And I see KV and I see her say, I could never love my child if I found out they killed their child. And I know because, like, I imagine, like, oh my God, like the same thing. I couldn't imagine, but like, I really don't think it's easy to say what we would do
Yeah,
in
I
that
know.
situation.
I agree. But I get like thinking that too. But yeah, you're right. I don't know. But Rob Dick is the guy that, remember I told you that when A for Advocate is about to work with him, and that another mod knew him, and he was the one that, like, Casey was with. I didn't know if he was the bodyguard or the PI, but he's been on Nancy Grace recently, and he's done some other shows and stuff. I know I
Mhm.
mentioned him to you, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's who he is. But okay, I'm gonna jump down and let you say goodbye because Bentley is still up in there and he should not be
Oh,
up this late. Yeah.
yes. I'm sorry. I get 1 hour got turned into over 3 hours with commentary. How crazy is that?
It is, but don't be sorry because I enjoyed it and it's
Me
okay.
too.
It's not a school night or anything, but um yeah, and it's actually better because then I get to say goodnight because I really don't like that, like not
Yeah,
getting
of
to.
course.
So,
Of course.
um, so thank you so much for having me, and I'll see
Thank
you
you.
tomorrow. I'll talk to you
Yes.
later. I'll send you that
Perfect.
stuff too. Okay.
Okay. So we'll be over on Allie's channel tomorrow, guys, which here is her link. We're going to do episode 4 over there, and we're going to be watching the Lee, and there's a second parents telephone call. And so make sure you are subscribed if you already haven't, and check
Thank
out
you.
the playlist because we both have our playlists, and so it goes in order. And so we will see you guys over there. I think it's about 6 p.m. Eastern, and I very much look forward to it. And thank you all for being here. Thank you, mods. And yeah, have a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys then.